Are you doing the intro?
Yeah.
All right,
Like the Zoolander call.
I got the black lung, Pop.
Got the black lung, paw.
The black. You mean the plague?
No, it's called the black lung.
Yeah, coal miners.
Coal miners. It's from Zoolander. It's funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
She'll take our word for it.
Hello, everybody. We are the Bonsai Movie Crew. That's Joseph. That's Karen. That's Eric. And I'm Madison. You know, Madison was the most popular name in like 2007, and that's why there's like 40 of us in our school.
I didn't name you. Your mom did.
Uh-huh.
I didn't want to name you
And
Madison.
look at where it got us.
Carson was pretty popular back when he was born, too.
I need my name to be less popular. Anyways, go ahead and check us out on our TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, our YouTube, our Discord, our Instagram. Is that it? Pretty much anything. Our X, not Twitter. Keep doing that. Anything else? No?
I think so.
Check out the podcast on YouTube. I don't know.
Yeah, make sure you rate us on Spotify, and our YouTube also has not Spotify. Our YouTube also has a podcast version now.
The podcast episodes, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was trying to find my words. So, yeah.
Moving on.
Moving on.
All right.
Creator profile.
Creator profile.
That was quick.
It was because I didn't spend.
We were whipping right through it. We're a minute 47 in.
Whew. Well, we got a big movie to discuss.
Yeah, the movie is pretty long, so.
No.
You don't say.
Can anybody guess who the creator profile is?
Sam Worthington?
No.
The guy that plays as the main person. What was his name?
Sam Worthington.
Yeah, it was.
Oh.
Joel David Moore.
No.
We already did Sigourney Weaver.
Yep.
I don't know.
The girl.
Hold on.
The
Oh, yeah, I
girl.
can't remember her name.
Who? Michelle Rodriguez?
No.
No, not her.
Natiri.
Oh, is it Zoe Saldana?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Zoe Saldana is her. I want to say Stephen Lang.
No.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Is it?
No, you're missing the biggest name.
Is it the
Oh,
Is it the director?
the director.
James Cameron.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep, James
I thought we
Cameron.
already did him.
Huh?
I thought we already
No.
did his creator profile.
No, we haven't done him yet.
Okay.
His is fair. It's not too hateful. The movie is long though, because of course. Who wants to read it?
I can, if you want me to. Right, go there.
Yeah, I guess I'll read it, and then how about because whoever
Break
reads
up the movie.
The movie is we're gonna probably have to break it up because it's pretty long.
Okay.
Because I mean, I hate to break it to everybody, but it's for an action or a CG heavy movie. It's got a lot of story, so it's got a lot of plot points. You don't look happy. Just calm down.
I'm fine.
You're flying?
I'm fine. I
You've
said.
seen this movie before, though, right?
No.
No.
Oh.
You've never seen it?
No. We talk about this
Oh, yeah,
every
so
time
you
we
did
talk
say
about
that.
Avatar.
But now you have, so.
Now we
Yeah.
got to do the second one after this.
Unless you did what you said you were going to do and you had somebody take cliff notes for you.
Do these look typed?
All right, James
I
Cameron.
didn't cheat.
James Cameron is a critically acclaimed film director known
You just
for
read
some
that.
of the
They told you.
biggest box office hits of all time. A science fiction fan as a child, he went on to produce the direct films, including went on to produce and direct films, including The Terminator, Aliens, and Avatar. He has received numerous Academy Awards and nominations for his often large-scale, expensive productions. His most noted work, 1997's Titanic, became the first film to earn more than $1 billion and landed 14 Academy Award nominations. Cameron took home 3 Oscars himself for the project: Best Director, Best Film Editing, and Best Picture. Which, I'm not a big fan of that movie.
Groovy.
The best part of that movie was whenever that dude fell off the back of the boat and hit that propeller and just started spinning.
Did you ever see the
He
5
became
second
the
version?
propeller.
Yeah, I did. Where it was like,
He's like-
this boat can't sink.
Yeah,
And
he's-
then, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, so the ship can't sink. The end.
All right. Early career. James Cameron was born on
Two people
August
could have
16th,
been on that
1954.
Board.
And, oh my God. Kapusking? God, what is this word? Kapuskasing.
Mi scusi.
Yeah, I don't know. It's in Ontario. It's in Canada, so that makes sense.
Passing.
Sure, I don't know. Some weird long
Capacity.
word that's like fucking 10 letters long. Cap, this word here.
You know, we need to have
Cap-
the, we need
cap-
to have the Adam Sandler
Pascasing,
bump for
Capiscasing.
when they're reading.
Skasing.
Cap-
When everybody so
Whatever.
much messes up.
Anyway. All right. Ontario, Canada. A science fiction fan as a child, he grew up to become one of the most visionary filmmakers in Hollywood. I wouldn't say that, but okay. He initially pursued physics as a student at California State University, Fullerton. But he left to follow his cinematic dreams. Working as a truck driver, Cameron would pull off the road to work on screenplays. In 1978, Cameron made his first film and a science fiction short called Xenogenesis. The film helped him get a job with the New World Pictures, a company run by famed B-movie director Roger Corman. At New World, Cameron worked in several different roles, from art director to on Battle Beyond the Stars in 1980 to director on Piranha 2: The Spawning in 1981. I didn't know he directed one of the Piranha movies.
Neither did I.
It's funny.
Seems a little below.
Yeah, oh, definitely. At this point, for sure. Could you imagine somebody said, "Hey, man, you want to come back and
Your best movie
Direct-
was Piranha 2.
you want to do Piranha 4D or something like that or whatever?"
He'd have that whole was it Ryan Gosling meme? Like that'd be his reaction.
Right?
Oh, no.
Like, moi?
Grossed out.
Major films. Cameron's fortunes took a major upturn in 1984 when he wrote and directed The Terminator in 1984. The movie tells a gripping science fiction tale of a robot from the future, played by Arnold Schwarzenegger, who travels to the present day to hunt down the leader of the resistance in a yet-to-occur battle between humans and machines. The film became a critical and commercial hit and helped Cameron land his next project, the sequel to Ridley Scott's Alien in 1979, which featured Sigourney Weaver as a female action hero in space. Aliens 1986 received several Academy Award nominations, including one for Weaver for Best Actress with The Abyss 1987. However, Cameron experienced many disappointments. The shoot for the film was grueling. Much of it was filmed in a huge underwater set, which took its toll on the cast and crew. After its release, critics and moviegoers were not impressed with the story of scuba divers who encounter aliens while recovering a U.S. Navy submarine. However, the film's visual effects were stunning and earned an Academy Award. Working with his third wife, Catherine Bigelow. I didn't know they were married.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't she like the head of Fox or something like that? Or
Well, I think she's associated with Fox. I don't know.
I think she's the head of Fox.
She might be now.
Because I know that she was the one who like spearheaded a lot of like the Spider-Man movies and things like that. I'm pretty sure that was her, Catherine Bigelow.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
She's a big name for sure.
Yeah, I know her name for sure. Cameron helped produce her 1991 action flick Point Break in 1991. The couple's 2-year relationship ended around the same time, but Cameron returned to form that year with another box office hit, Terminator 2: Judgment Day. The film earned more than $200 million and broke new ground with its impressive visual effects. Several years later, he would marry one of the film's stars, Linda Hamilton. Titanic. Mixing marital issues with espionage, Cameron wrote and directed True Lies, 1994, starring Jamie Lee Curtis and Arnold Schwarzenegger. The film made it to #1 at the box office, grossed more than 378 million worldwide, and received an Oscar nod for its visual effects. Cameron then began a massive undertaking with his story Titanic, a movie about star-crossed lovers, played by Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet, trapped aboard the doomed Titanic ocean liner to recreate one of the greatest disasters at sea in history. Cameron had a special studio built in Mexico, which featured a 17 million gallon water tank and a 75-foot replica of the Titanic. Could you imagine filling that fucking tank? Like, how long does that take to fill a fucking?
It's been a month and a half.
It's been
Can
a
you
month.
Shut off?
Yeah. Like, just do it at the lake. Like,
yeah.
I mean, come on.
I mean, at that point, don't you just rent a pool?
Right. Do something. Like, Jesus. Did you find anything out?
No, I couldn't find it.
Oh, okay. The film cost nearly $200 million to make, and $100 million of that went into the water.
This was just about filmmaking.
To make, and was plagued with problems and delays. Did you know that there was a stunt on the set of Titanic where I guess somebody who they had fired, or it was a catering company.
Oh, yeah.
He put peyote or some shit in everybody's food.
tripping balls.
Everybody was tripping balls.
Yep.
Yeah, I heard about
Everybody except for one person. I wanted to say it wasn't Bill Paxton. Because it was while they were shooting on the deck with Bill Paxton. Yeah, because Bill Paxton was in the beginning of Titanic. He was the guy who was like trying to go down to find the jewel or whatever at the beginning in modern day.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was everybody but the old lady.
Yeah.
Everybody but the old lady, because she was eating something special because she couldn't eat what the caterers had brought in. So everybody was tripping balls for like an entire night.
Yeah, they had to stop filming and everything, because even James Cameron, like, everybody was tripping balls.
Yeah, even James Cameron, everybody, even Bill Paxton. They said it was fucking terrible. Because could you imagine trying to like a real trip? And like, could you imagine tripping balls without knowing you're going to be tripping balls? You probably
weren't prepared at all.
Yeah,
like, you're just like, oh, going over your lines, and all of a sudden, is anybody else's lines moving? Like,
turning into fish and like giving
coming
you little
at
kisses
you?
on the cheek.
Yeah.
Anyway, but Cameron proved the skeptics wrong. Opening in December 1997, the film received critic raves and strong ticket sales. Titanic eventually became the first film to earn more than $1 billion and landed 14 Academy Award nominations. For his work on the film, Cameron took home 3 Oscars for Best Director, Best Film Editing, and Best Picture. In 1991, he divorced Linda Hamilton, and in 2000, he married actress Susie Amos, who appeared in Titanic. I don't know who that is. Continuing to be fascinated by the Titanic story, Cameron worked with his brother, Mike, to create new technology to film the undersea wreck of the infamous vessel. The result was the 3D IMAX documentary Ghosts of the Abyss, 2003. 2 more documentaries followed in 2005, Volcanoes of the Deep and Aliens of the Deep. In late 2017, Cameron revisited his famed project in the National Geographic special Titanic 20 years later with James Cameron. The director revealed that he had made 33 dives to the wreckage site since the film was released, and said he was proud of how he was able to portray events in the film accurately based on the knowledge he had at the time. He also admitted he got a few details wrong, like his depiction of the Macaroni wireless room. Or Marconi macaroni.
I was like, what?
I say macaroni. What the fuck? What kind of asshole named that fucking room? It's a macaroni.
Actually, going to say it was the Macarena.
Yeah.
That's where they fed the kids. It was the macaroni room.
All right. Where the captain instructed a
That's a
wireless
lot of noodles.
operator to make the distress call and his interpretation of how the massive vessel sank. Avatar. Again, revolutionizing the world of special effects, Cameron returned to making feature films with 2009's Avatar. The film explores the conflict between American forces and the native population on another planet. In the film, Sam Worthington plays an American soldier who switches sides to help the Na'vi people and falls in love with one of them, played by Zoe Saldana. Avatar quickly surpassed Titanic at the box office. It also earned Cameron several accolades, including Golden Globe wins for Best Director and Best Motion Picture of a Drama. For the Academy Awards, Avatar was nominated in 9 categories, including Best Picture and Best Director. However, Cameron lost out on some of the night's biggest prizes to his ex-wife, Catherine Bigelow.
I had that in trivia too.
Who won Best Director and Best Picture for The Hurt Locker. The success of Avatar has led Cameron to develop multiple sequels to the box office hit, with Avatar 2 slated for 2020 release, which we already know came out. Deep Sea Challenger. In 2013, Cameron traveled across the country with his Deep Sea Challenger submarine. He had developed the vessel to travel to the deepest spot on the planet, the Challenger Deep in the Mariana Trench. Cameron made several stops on his journey to talk with people about his amazing voyage into the Challenger Deep by telling the story to school kids in a hands-on way.
That doesn't sound good at all.
That doesn't sound right at all.
No.
Let's just keep your hands to yourself, Mr. James Cameron.
Fucking Joe Biden.
He's out there smelling people. We can inspire the next generation of engineers, scientists, and explorers, he told Cape Cod Today website. All right. So that last part was pretty cool, actually. I got to give it to him for making a submarine, literally like helping to design a submarine that can go all the way down to the Mariana Trench. Anyway, that's James Cameron. Everybody, favorite James Cameron movie?
Oh, mine's probably Terminator 2.
Terminator 2.
Probably Terminator.
Terminator.
Terminator 2.
Terminator 2. I hate to sound like that guy, but Terminator 2.
I haven't seen the second one yet.
You need to watch it.
Terminator 2 and probably
I'm
True
leaving.
Lies. True Lies is amazing.
Yeah,
watch
True Lies
it.
is really good.
Yeah.
I can't yet. I'm gonna watch it, and then knowing my luck, you guys will draw it next week, and I gotta watch it again. And I don't want to do that.
You'll want to watch it both times.
You will. Whenever I was a kid, I used to watch Terminator so much, Terminator 2 so much, that my mom got tired of watching the fucking movie. She's like, Joseph, I don't want to watch this fucking movie anymore. Because I watched it like almost daily.
You always want to see like that kid make something of themselves too.
Yeah,
you know,
shit.
after that movie, it's like, oh yeah, he's gonna be a good actor. He's going.
Oh
go
yeah,
places.
Edward Norton or Edward Furlong.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Furlong.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. Unfortunately, he decided I'm going to become a drug addict. And who's he with now? He's with is it Amanda Bynes? He's with somebody
he?
else. No. Sorry, not Amanda Bynes.
Oh man, that's a bad combination.
It was another person who was like known to be into drugs and stuff though too. She's another act. She's an actress. God damn
Lindsay
it, who was it?
Lohan,
No, it wasn't Lindsay.
That
Lohan.
would be a match made in hell.
Look it up for me real quick. I know he's was with somebody.
Go
I'm pretty
ahead.
sure they're still together. And I don't remember who the fuck it was.
Let's see if we can find this out together. You're faster at typing, anyways.
I know he was linked to some big name actress, and they were together, and they were both on drugs together. I can't remember who the hell it was. Because you look at her and be like, really?
His wife ex-wife is Rachel Bella.
I don't know if that's it. What does she look like?
They divorced in 2014.
No, I think it's more recent than that.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything recent.
I think if I saw her face, I'd know.
Yeah.
Monica Keena?
I don't know. Hold on.
That's the recent thing I'm seeing. That was 2023. I got nothing.
No,
Yeah,
not her.
I'm not saying anything.
Maybe it was her? I don't know. I wanted to say she was like an actress, or it wasn't Fairuza Balk.
No, definitely not her.
Okay. Okay, who was? We'll get there, people. Who was he married to? I don't know.
I'm not seeing anything. Well, I mean, other
Here,
than
his
her.
dating history. Relationship with Monica Keena, Jolene Blalock. I don't know what the no, not Paris Hilton. Really? Ew. Natasha Leon, maybe?
She wasn't a druggie. Just played a lot of them.
No, it wasn't Natasha Leon. Huh. I remember. I know it was somebody.
Well, I ain't seen anything.
I think Dad's on crack.
Maybe it was the
Anyone
Rachel.
who
Maybe it
agrees
was the
should
Rachel
raise their
Bella.
hand.
No, it was Monica
Screenshot
Keena.
it.
That's right. Yeah, Monica Keena. She was in Freddy vs. Jason. That's who I was thinking of.
Oh.
She was in
Okay.
Freddy vs. Jason, and she was on another show. She was on a show.
The hell did she play as Freddy vs. Jason?
She was the main girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Monica Keena. That's right. They were both on drugs together and shit. That's why her movie career went downhill, because she couldn't stay off the drugs and shit.
Yeah.
But I guess she was also kind of a pain in the ass to work with on set too, so it's another thing. Anyway, let's move on. Let's get into what everybody's been watching.
What the hell have you been watching?
Try to speed run through this too, because we got a lot of movie to cover. Madison, what you been watching, man?
Brooklyn Nine-Nine, The Thundermans, The Walking Dead, and I watched Descendants too, because you guys sent me that ad and I watched it again, and then I realized how much I really liked the first one. Thought about watching the second one, but then I got bored. I also watched
Sounds about right.
I also watched Damsel. I had a lot of I was laying on Mom's couch all weekend, so I had a lot of time. I got through 28 episodes of Brooklyn Nine-Nine in 2 days.
Jesus Christ.
And watched all those movies.
I mean, Brooklyn Nine-Nine's good, but it's not 29 episodes in a row good.
I watched 5 episodes at a time. I'd watch 5, and then I'd take a break, like by taking a nap or something, or watching another movie, and then I'd come back and watch another 5 episodes, and that's how I got there.
Well, she had a pretty lax weekend.
She took a break, you know.
I think I watched an episode of Resident Alien. I can't remember. I don't know if I did or not.
Better not have.
I don't think we have. We have been watching Avatar, The Last Airbender. We have one more episode of that. It's all right so far. It's not too bad.
The live action.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've finished watching it for me.
It's not too bad. The kids really like it. Especially Jackson. He really enjoys it. Also, I haven't watched any more of the Halo series. I'm kind of thinking I'm going to wait until all of it comes out and then
That's
just
what I'm going
finish it all in one blow. Because I don't have much hope for the rest of the season. So after that 4th episode and then it got into the 5th episode, I was like, oh, wow, you suck dick again. So I'm just going to get that all out of the way. And then watch something else this week. And now I can't remember what the hell it was. Another show.
What's that sound?
The whistling noise?
It's the heater.
You alright?
It's you coughing.
It went down the wrong pipe.
She's dying, everybody.
I was trying not to.
Everybody say bye. This is her last episode. I don't remember. There was another show that I watched that I can't remember. I'm thinking it was a animated series or something. I don't know. Anyway, apparently it wasn't that fucking important. So
I got into that hentai.
Huh? Yeah. Yeah, I watched that with the kids.
Yeah. Whoa.
We
That's
did
a
watch
little
an
graphic.
episode. We
Might
did
as well
watch
start
an
'em early.
episode of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air today, the first episode, to see what the kids thought, which, of course, Madison likes it.
I already knew the first part of the
Yeah.
theme song.
But, like, the boys were just kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, this show's awesome.
So cheesy and lame.
Yeah, like, but you gotta, dude, Uncle Phil is, like, one of the coolest TV dads ever. So, right next to Carl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
I was about to say Carl.
Everybody wanted Carl as their TV
I definitely
dad.
wanted Carl for a TV dad. He's
Yeah.
the coolest fucking guy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care what anybody says.
Mhm.
Oh no, man! I wanted Red. I kind of had Red as a
And
dad.
We already had Red as a dad.
Foreman? Red Foreman?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's cool, but he's still like, he doesn't conversate. He just calls you a dumbass. You know what I mean? He won't talk to you. He just calls you a dumbass. But somehow
These
or
kids
another,
nowadays
but
need
somehow
it.
or another, you learned lessons from him just calling you
Yeah.
a dumbass.
It was all in the tone.
Yeah, it's all in the tone. Dumbass.
Such endearment. The
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes there was.
Dumbass.
Sometimes like, oh, dumbass.
I think my
It
favorite.
reminds me of whenever Rick and Morty's like, oh, bitch.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
bitch.
bitch. One of my favorite lines in that 70s show is Kitty comes out, she's wearing something, and she's like, do you like my outfit? And he's like, oh, is that what we're going to do today? We're going to fight.
Yeah, I remember that
He
one.
doesn't even
Is that what we're gonna do today? We're gonna
he doesn't
fight?
even say yes or no. He just, oh, is that what we're going to do today? We're going to fight.
And then I watched Damsel. So
I like that movie. I don't care what you guys
I was gonna say, what do you think? Because I've been kind of iffy on watching it.
it's worth watching. It's definitely worth watching. It's a good romp, I guess you could say. Like the set designs, the costume design, all that stuff looked cool as fuck. Like it was awesome.
Oh wait for
My problem with my only issue with the movie is whenever she actually gets into like a lot of the cave areas, it's fucking CG hell. It's all CG backgrounds, and you can tell when something's CG because it's like the background looks obviously CG, and they kind of give it that little bit of a blur. You know what I mean? In the
You can
background,
especially tell if it's
and
dark.
you can tell. No, it's not dark.
Oh, no.
It's just like like slightly blurry. That's how you know it's a fucking CG background. And it drives me nuts, and I can't stand it because I'm watching Avatar, and sometimes whenever they get into some of those bigger, what's supposed to be like temples and stuff,
Yeah.
you can tell that the background is CG. It's in front of a green screen,
Yeah.
and that drives me nuts. I can't stand it. Now on a show like Avatar, where their budget isn't that big, you know, like they got to spread it out across so many episodes. That's fine, but for a movie, I'm thinking like I don't like this, you know. But like the dragon looked cool. The dragon can talk, which I thought was neat. They've only done that in a few movies, and the person who they got to play her voice was a perfect fucking voice for this dragon. Like it just fit so well. It was so cool. I'm not a huge Millie Bobby Brown fan, but I'm becoming more of a fan because I'm starting to notice more of that she's not. How do I put it? She's a little more natural than most actresses, and I kind of like that out of her. I'm glad she's doing that. Like, she was just on the Drew Barrymore show, which, by the way, that show is fucking dog shit. I don't like Drew Barrymore. I never liked her to begin with, but her show just explains why I don't like her. That's another topic, because she's fucking conceited. Anyway, she was on that show recently, and I assume it's probably to do with maybe she's promoting the movie and stuff like that. And she was on there. She had no fucking makeup on, and she even had a pimple patch on the side of her face. And she was like all natural on the show. I was like, okay, you know, all right.
I get behind that.
I get behind that. That's cool. You know, I'm glad that you're just coming out here like, yeah, fuck it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if that was her thought or she was like kind of like advocating a little bit for like, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty neat, and I think that's cool. So
Trying to send a message out there. You're
yeah, like
have
you
to
don't
wear-
you don't have to wear all this makeup
Mhm.
just because you're on whatever, you know.
Yeah.
I just don't like Drew Barrymore because she's always like in their face, and she's always like touchy feely, and then every time like somebody has a conversation with her, it's always about Drew Barrymore too. Oh
So it's-
yeah, the same thing happened to me, and then let me tell you this story, and
So
it's
is it
like, bitch, nobody cares about
female
you.
Jimmy Kimmel or something like that.
Kinda. No, I think she's worked now. Well, Jimmy Kimmel's like, I really don't fucking like that dude. But she's up there with Jimmy Kimmel, yeah. Like, I can't fucking stand her. I just, like, I could tolerate her back in the day when she did movies, but her own
I
talk
always
show.
liked her in movies, but I've never seen her talk shows.
Everybody's like, she's so hot. Like, I disagree. I don't think that Drew Barrymore.
Respectfully, sir.
Yeah, I don't think she is attractive. I don't think she's ever been attractive, honestly. So that's just my opinion. It's probably because she talks out of the side of her mouth like this, and it drives me nuts. I don't like her for any reason. And she talks anyway. This ain't about her. This ain't about Drew
we
Going
got
off
Barrymore.
on a tangent.
Yeah, sorry.
I'll wait till later in the show. They'll just mention her name. We'll see what happens.
I probably just giggle. Like,
If we ever need to fill dead air, just say somebody say Drew Barrymore. See what
we'll get a bump for her.
and that's
and another thing.
And she is one of my least favorite people in Hollywood. I'll be honest with you. I do not like that fucking woman. I don't know what it is. I just don't fucking like her.
Oh wait, there's more.
I don't, man.
It was like an infomercial.
Sorry, I don't know how this went from Damsel to Drew Barrymore. Sorry.
Complete fucking side quest went on.
Yeah. Sorry. Anyway, it was a good movie. I would recommend checking it out. I don't know what the tomato meter looks like. I think the critic score was a little low, but the audience score I think was a little higher. So I don't know. Check it out. I don't give a fuck.
Just don't bring up Drew Barrymore ever again.
Mi scusi.
I watched Poltergeist 3 so we could finish that whole thing up. If Looks Could Kill, Rosemary's Baby, Studio 666.
What was that? Was that any good?
I liked it.
Was it? I heard good things.
It
so.
had some cheesy stuff in it, but
I heard there was like cameo after cameo in that.
Oh
movie.
yeah. I really liked it though.
I thought about checking it out just because it had Dave Grohl in it. I love Dave Grohl.
Well, it's got the whole band.
I know it's got the whole band,
it's
but I love
really
Dave
good.
Grohl. Yeah, see, there you go. 72% audience, 58. Yeah.
Critic.
Yeah, you know, it's
Decent.
it's a good movie.
But it starts
I
out a
really
little
liked
cheesy,
it.
but it
kicks up.
Yeah.
And it's great.
I
It's
think
really
it-
good.
I think it didn't end the way I thought it would. I wasn't sure how it would.
She's talking
end.
about Damsel.
Oh, I know.
Oh.
I got you.
Were we talking about something else?
Yeah, but you go ahead. Tell us what you think of it.
Oh.
Seriously, go ahead.
I didn't know how it was gonna end, but it ended not how I expected it to. I guess.
In a good way or a bad way?
In a
good
in a
way.
good way.
In a
It was
good
good.
Okay.
The ending is what got me. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, the ending was like I remember the ending being a little bit like, oh fuck yeah, you know, one of those things. Like,
Yeah.
so
One episode of Family Guy, and the last thing I watched was a movie called Botched, and that was it.
okay.
So I watched Horrible Bosses 1 and 2. I watched the first one.
Was it because of Jennifer Aniston?
That's
That's a good reason.
Yeah, that's a
Mostly.
very good reason.
It's a very good reason to watch
She's
it.
so fucking hot,
God, you ain't kidding.
man.
You ain't kidding. All the way back from Leprechaun until now.
Mhm.
Oof. Man,
She's aged like what, 2 minutes?
Yeah, she's aged like really, really, really fine wine.
Yeah.
most expensive you can find.
That's damn right.
But I watched both of those. I watched the rest of that Avatar, and then I watched the rest of the Witcher season.
Mhm.
Shit, what else did I watch? Oh fuck.
Oh fuck.
Oh fuck.
That's a good show. I've seen that.
I haven't yet.
There's something else I watched.
I'm
I can't
intimidated by the
remember.
amount of episodes there are.
Oh,
uh,
fuck. No
I
shit.
started watching a TV show or TV series of Ancient Apocalypse. It's kind of interesting.
That
Is that one of those like
Where they
Doomsday?
they talk about like ancient
See, that's why you got anxiety.
civilizations and how they came to cease.
how they died off. Yeah.
yeah, that's kind of
Yeah,
interesting.
that's kind of interesting. That does sound kind of cool, actually.
Some of it, man, it kind of sounds like.
But we're
today.
dudes. We like history. And
See,
shit.
that's why you got anxiety. You
Well,
watch shit like
I
that,
did-
and you
I
go, "Oh
didn't-
my god, oh my
no.
god,
Yeah,
end
he's
of
gonna
days,
say- he's
end
gonna
of
say-
days."
You know that
It was
building
like
in his
how they were talking about how like other civilizations would like, you know,
Yeah,
Yeah, you know that building in his backyard? He's going to dig a giant hole and bury that bitch 12 feet in the ground. Like, I got a bunker now. It's going to happen, I swear.
It's not gonna be like it's just gonna be where I hide out at.
Kendra, hide down here.
She's like, I'm not going down there.
She don't even go out there when I'm out there anyway. So I have no service, so it's like
A
I go
fucking torture room out there, and she wouldn't even know it.
I go out there and like nobody bothers me because I have no service on my phone.
There's no Wi-Fi out here,
And it's a good excuse too. Like,
No,
to
there's
just-
like nothing. It's dead because it's a metal shed.
well,
Where
that
do you
and
go
service
out there
out where you
for?
live sucks anyway.
I
so-
started working out.
Anyway, all right, let's move on.
I thought he said working and stargazing.
No, working out. I got my gym's out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he works out and he stares at a picture of me.
It's a big poster right at the ceiling. So I'm on my
He's like,
bench. I'm just
ooh, yeah.
put it right down at the bottom when I do my squats.
He's like, he imagines me standing over him. Just one more pump.
That was unnecessary.
All right. Anyway, let's move on. Let's
They really threw for a lip there.
yeah. Let's get into the movie. Let's get
Okay.
into the movie.
All right,
Okay.
36.
Let's talk about the movie.
All right. This week we watched Avatar. Did you guys watch the extended cut or
Did we?
the regular?
Just a regular. I
We
believe.
watched the regular.
Whatever I watched was 3 hours.
Like 3 hours total or 2 hours and 40 minutes?
2 hours and 58.
You might have watched the extended cut.
Fuck me.
Yeah. So at the beginning did you see Earth at the beginning?
Mm-hmm.
And he got into a bar fight?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you watched the extended cut.
Fuck
Yeah,
me.
see, I didn't watch.
See, I want to watch the extended cut. I've never seen it.
I've never seen it either.
I didn't either. I didn't even know there was an extended
Right?
cut.
The fuck? How'd you get the good shit?
Yeah, how'd you get the good shit? Give me what you got.
Give me the cash.
You have to ask
Give me the
Jeremiah.
I will start out because Madison, you're not reading this week.
You're not
No.
reading this week.
That's really good.
That's not nice. That's profiling.
Profiling
Profiling is
is
wrong.
I will read, Karen, do you want to read until you don't feel like reading no more?
Sure, I can do that.
That'll be the whole thing.
Probably not.
Oh, she's seen it. She's like, no,
It's
I'm good.
pretty long,
Mhm.
but that's the extended version that she's going to
We're
read.
also making her read a movie that she obviously doesn't like.
I didn't say that yet.
She hasn't said that
Yeah.
yet.
She hasn't yet.
No.
Jake's life on Earth. In the year 2148, Earth
Oh,
has
hold
become...
on. We didn't get a plot synopsis, and we got to go around to recommend.
Oh, yeah.
I know, you're excited to read it.
You done
Yeah.
fucked up, Aaron.
Aaron?
Aaron.
What's
Well,
that from?
I closed out of it because I
Key
thought we
Peele.
weren't doing it.
Oh.
But it's right here. In the 22nd century, a paraplegic Marine is dispatched to the moon Pandora on a unique mission, but becomes torn between following orders and protecting an alien civilization. 2
I
hours.
wish the movie was that short.
2 hours and 42 minutes. Sam Worthington as Jake Sully, Zoe Saldana as Naturi, Sigourney
enough.
Weaver as Dr. Grace Augustine, and Stephen Lang as Colonel Miles Quadrants. I don't know how you say his name. And Michelle Rodriguez as Trudy. I could just keep going, but I'm
Yeah,
not
there's a
going
lot
to.
of people in this movie.
Mhm.
All right, let's go around the table. Would you watch? Would you recommend? Eric,
Yes, yes.
yes and yes. Karen,
Depends on who I'm talking to about the recommendation, I guess. Because there's a lot of people that's going to sit down and watch a 3-hour movie, first of all. But anyway, would I watch again? No.
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 Madison,
I don't.
You gotta go first.
go ahead. I'll go last. It doesn't matter. All right, fine. Yes, I would watch, and yes, I would recommend.
No, I'm never watching this again because it's so long. I can't. I don't want to watch it ever again. But yeah, I guess I'd recommend it to people.
I guess this is a guy movie.
I think it is. Must be.
It's very action packed.
There's a lot of action.
There is a lot of downtime too.
There's a lot, yeah, but the downtime is cool because
Yeah.
like you get to see a lot of like
The
pretty colors
storyline.
and We're guys. Things entertain us easily. Like, ooh, pretty colors. So, I mean,
I thought the storyline was
Ooh,
the
good.
story was fun.
We'll get
it's
there.
Dances with Wolves in Space.
Karen.
Blue Pocahontas.
Blue
Karen.
Pocahontas, yeah.
Karen. Ooh, birdie.
Yeah.
Birdie.
Squirrel.
Birdie. Jeremiah didn't like it either.
Jeremiah didn't like it. That's fine. He doesn't have to. But he's also a horror movie nut.
Mm.
And he also loves his B movies.
Mm.
He likes stupid, schlocky movies. This is very CG heavy, so... Like,
Yeah.
I'm a practical effects guru, man. I love practical effects. But this movie wasn't made for practical effects. It was made for CG, which is
Yes.
fine.
You guys
It's got its place.
take it as it is.
Yeah. And I think that it's a
I think
great
it
movie,
did good
so.
for being a CGI movie.
Yeah.
I'm not going to knock anybody for liking it.
Everybody don't like the Colonel, but I thought he was a badass.
I like the Colonel, but only because I love Stephen Lang.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
fucking awesome. I love
He
that.
It
just
doesn't matter
fucking-
what that guy does.
Dude
Yeah.
just kicks open the door and
I mean,
like,
come on, we
yells
watched
at
him. We
everybody,
watched him
"Fucking
like
gas
use a
mask."
fucking turkey basted this girl, and you know,
Uh-huh.
so like that was pretty gnarly, and
Uh-huh.
yeah, not in a good way either.
Mm-mm.
like so.
No.
But anyway, let's get
You are
into the
scarred in so many ways.
movie. It
after
sounds like a
that.
very two-way street of a recommend, I guess.
Yeah, 50-50.
I'm
Yeah.
sure there's a lot of people out there that, I would recommend it to, just not everybody.
You'd be like, "This is your kind of movie. I think you'd like it."
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Like
Um,
me and Eric.
Jake's life on Earth. In the year 2148, Earth has become overpopulated with over 20 billion humans, and its resources rapidly depleting with pollution, famine, poverty, and war. Jake Sully is a 22-year-old ex-Marine paralyzed from the waist down due to wounds sustained in combat. He is living in a literal one-room dilapidated apartment resembling a prison cell. Jake is forced to live out his life in a wheelchair because veteran benefits are not enough to pay for spine surgery, especially in his highly inflated economy.
See, we didn't see all this, just so everybody's aware.
Yeah.
Karen's the only one that saw this because
Yeah.
I didn't even know there was an extended cut until I looked up the whole plot. I was like, "What
Oh.
is this shit?" And then it was like showing me a couple of images. I want to know what what Earth looked like. Like, I'm kind of disappointed.
It sort of reminded me of The Fifth Element, only not as bright.
Okay.
That's what it reminded me of. Like, his apartment kind of reminded me of Corbin's apartment, only dingy and dark.
So run of the mill, kind of futuristic looking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not missing much.
I kind of missed. I wanted to see the bar fight too. So
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
He ran over somebody's foot.
No. No, he saw...
I have the high ground.
he saw
it's fucked up because he also lost his legs in that scene too.
he saw some guy beating up on a girl, and he went up after the guy sat in a bar stool. He went up behind him and pulled the bar stool out from under him, and when he got to the ground, he beat the hell out of him.
Oh yeah, that's called using your height to your advantage.
Or lack of.
Or
Anyway.
lack. That's what I mean.
Him just imagine him just like pulls it down and just like jumps.
Jumps on top and like, bah, bah, bah.
That's
How you
essentially
gonna run
what
away?
he did. He jumped off of his wheelchair, and that's essentially what he did. He just started pummeling him.
I will say they did a really, because I know that his legs don't really look like that in real life.
Yeah.
So
that's-
it's awesome how they did, because I could not see
That
any.
one scene where it was just like you just
No,
see
every
nothing.
scene where like he's getting in and out of the pods and stuff, and like you can see his legs. I'm like, they did such a good job with, because
you can't see his real legs anywhere.
No.
Like, yeah, I agree.
Where were his real legs?
When
well,
he was
they
in
probably
the
had
wheelchair, they were tucked in behind, or like under the wheelchair. So,
either
like, you
that
couldn't
or they
see it.
could have been
It's
CG.
just CG'd out.
No, they weren't. They were tucked.
Really,
those were-
that explains why it was so easy for him to like move them. And
yeah, they
That's
were.
awesome.
Yeah, they were like.
I
made-
saw no.
They were casts of real paraplegics legs.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I like that. That's pretty cool.
Where was it? Oh, Earth is suffering from an energy crisis, and the residents of Jake City wear masks to combat its air pollution. One night, Jake starts a bar fight with a man who strikes a woman. After breaking up the fight, the bouncers throw Jake out onto the street, with one even throwing his wheelchair at him, which I didn't understand. Why wouldn't you throw them both out? Yeah. He just throws out Jake. Like, fuck you,
Yeah,
cripple.
fuck the paraplegic.
Yeah.
That guy over there with the legs, he's cool.
Right. Jake is approached by two Resources Development Administration
Jake's
agents
more of the threat.
Yeah, the guy who can't walk is more of a threat.
who confirms his identity and inform him that his identical twin brother, Tom Sully, has been killed by a robber.
I got a question though. If he's been drinking and he's in a wheelchair, is that drinking and driving? Is that a DUI? I'm just asking this because you can get a DUI as long as you've been drinking on a bicycle or anything with wheels. It's a fact.
But if it's your only means of transportation, like the wheelchair by definition could be considered part of your body since you don't have working legs.
He's so drunk he just starts spinning in a circle.
You were on roller skates?
You can get them on roller skates. You can get them on anything with wheels.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Anything with wheels. So I'm thinking like he's got 4 wheels too. I mean,
if he's out in public,
it's public intox anyway, regardless. But
I mean, he might not want to be out in public, but
I was just wondering. I don't know. Whatever.
They threw him out in public.
Right. Yeah.
Arrest them.
Yeah.
The agents take Jake to a crematorium where he is shown Tom's body.
I know about that monkey. Did you see that monkey?
What monkey?
The one on the Siamese elephants.
On the what?
Never seen that skit? Carol...
Did you eat the peyote laced food?
No, the Carol Baskin show, where he's talking about the Siamese elephants.
Are you talking about Tiger King?
No.
Carol Baskin was from Tiger King.
Yeah, she was from Tiger King.
Or no, not Carol Baskin.
That bitch Carol Baskin.
Oh, damn
Carol
it!
Baskin.
No.
Okay, I'll come back to you.
Yeah, I'll find it.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Baskets.
Where was I?
It was
What
an old,
year
it was
did
an
that
old
come
TV
out?
show.
I don't know.
The agents take Jake to a crematorium where he is shown Tom's body, and Jake laments his brother is dead due to someone wanting paper in his wallet. The agents mention Tom was one of the few scientists chosen to participate in the Avatar program and one of the even fewer Avatar drivers. Tom had trained on Earth for 3 years in preparation for Pandora and controlling his avatar. Since Jake is genetically identical to his brother, he can link with the avatar, saving the RDA the cost of creating a new one. Jake agrees to take over his brother's contract and is put in cryosleep for the trip to Pandora. Arrival on Pandora. In 2154, arriving from the 6-year journey to Pandora, Jake awakes from cryosleep with hundreds of other personnel to work at the human colony on this inhabited moon of Polyphemus, one of 3 fictional gas giants orbiting Alpha Centauri A.
Carol Burnett show.
Oh, yeah, Carol Burnett.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
That lady's funny.
Tim Conway.
Oh, Tim Conway, yeah. In the RDA's facility, Hell's Gate, Jake attends a briefing led by Colonel Miles. I still don't know how to say his last name. Do you know how to say his last name?
What is it? Let me see.
The Colonel.
Let me
the
see it. I
Colonel's
have
last
to remind
name.
myself.
It's like Quadrich.
Quaritch.
Quaritch.
Yeah, it's Quaritch.
Quaritch.
Yeah.
Okay. A hardened and seasoned military veteran who is in charge of security on the colony. Quaritch
Is that you?
Yeah, it was just me. I was just sending you guys the link to that skit.
Oh, okay.
welcomes the new personnel and military soldiers and briefs them on Pandora. It is mostly covered with lush rainforest and wildlife and is home to the Na'vi, a race of tall, blue-skinned humanoids. Parker Selfridge reminds Grace how the RDA only really cares about unobtainium for its profit value.
I love that the metal is called unobtainium.
I thought that was dumb.
You did? I thought it was cool because it's like it's unobtainable.
That's why I thought it was dumb.
Really?
Like, you're not reaching very far, are you? Like, you couldn't come up with anything.
But they came up with the colonel's name is Quaritch, like the weirdest fucking.
That's
last
what I'm
name.
saying. Like, did we use up all of our imagination on everything else? And by the time it came to the reason that
What do we call
there,
this metal?
Yeah, the very reason they're there, they're like, I'm out of fucks to give. Just unobtainium.
It's unattainable, so go something there.
Like, when he said the name, I literally was like, did he just say unobtainium? Like, as in unobtainable? Mm-hmm.
Well, obviously they're not getting any of that metal.
Right.
Plot point.
You could have just said, never gonna get it, metal. Jake is introduced to Norm Spellman, a biologist who arrived on the same rotation of personnel as he did. He also meets Dr. Max Patel, who connects the Avatars, and Dr. Grace Augustine, a botanist, as well as the leader of the Avatar program. Using the Avatars, Grace and her team have made some considerable progress in learning about the natives' language and culture. Grace is displeased with RDA Administrator Parker Selfridge's decision to use Jake to replace his brother's Avatar position. Parker stresses that Grace's science is being paid for by the extremely profitable mineral unobtainium, so she should suck it up and give the RDA some good results from the Avatar program.
She's pretty hardcore in this movie.
I agree.
Like she's like, I wouldn't say she's a cold hard bitch, but she's like a cold hard bitch with a heart. You know what I mean?
Everything she does is with purpose.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
when that purpose gets interrupted, she shows attitude.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Yeah.
Upon meeting Jake, Grace is very standoffish due to her disdain for soldiers, but implores Jake to begin making his video logs to document his journey. On the day Jake links with his Avatar, things go dangerously due to Jake being ecstatic about being able to walk again, causing the scientists to become so concerned they attempt to tranquilize him. He runs outside the compound and enjoys sprinting, causing the scientists to drop their pursuit.
Which honestly, when it comes to that scene, like, don't you think those scientists would realize, oh shit, he doesn't have legs? Don't you think he's going to be a little excited to be using his legs again?
Right.
Shouldn't we be prepared for
that? He was
situation?
like a kid in a candy store. He was just like so excited.
Oh yeah.
He was like a kid with ADD at the moment. Like, it was wild.
You could only imagine that feeling, you know what I mean?
And what kills me is that, like, the only one that seemed to understand that was the one that just a few, like, hours ago had a stick up her ass about him being there.
Yeah, because then she comes out like, I see that everything's working all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like...
And then she turns right back into a bitch when she's back into her human form again.
Yeah. I was like, hot and cold, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
Bipolar much?
Avatar brings out the sweet side of her.
She's
That's why she has to have a cigarette as soon as she comes back out of it. It's like, oh, damn.
Let's see, where was I? Jake then meets with Grace, who appears much happier in her Avatar form. That night, Jake looks at his Q, a sensitive part of his Avatar body that is located at the tip of a long appendage connected to his head at the end of his ponytail that plays an important role in Pandora's ecosystem. After Grace tells him not to play with it or he will go blind, Jake falls asleep in the Avatar compound. The next day,
Is that
Jake...
true?
It's a
joke.
Yeah, it's a joke.
I was just wondering.
You ever heard the old saying, like, for boys, like, if you play with it too long, you'll go blind?
No.
Harry Palms.
I read an urban legend, though, that if you pierce your ear the wrong way, this little white string will fall out, and if you pull it, it'll make you go blind.
That's bullshit.
I've never
heard of that, but it's stupid.
It's an urban legend.
It
was to keep kids in, I think, Japan or something, to keep them from going to their friend's house and getting their ears pierced unprofessionally.
It's weird. Okay.
The next day, Jake meets Trudy Chacon, however you say her last name, a retired Marine pilot who is assigned to work with the Avatar program. Upon hearing that Trudy could use someone else on her Samson's door gun, Jake volunteers. Jake is then directed to Quaritch. How do I say it?
Quaritch.
You're probably going to have to tell me that every time. Who convinces Jake to become his informant to gather information on the Na'vi and their home, the home tree. Again,
Quaritch.
Little on the nose.
Oh, I thought you were asking.
Home tree, unobtainium.
Well, it's their home tree.
Which has huge deposits of unobtainium buried deep below its surface. He wants Jake to gain their trust and convince them to leave their home within 3 months. Jake agrees with Quaritch, offers to pay for his spinal surgery so that he no longer has to use a wheelchair. After being trained for several weeks in his new body, Jake, Grace, and Norm explore the native wildlife with Trudy. The team explores an abandoned schoolhouse where Grace taught young Na'vi English. Grace reminisces how intelligent the children were and feels sad upon seeing the unused books scattered on the floor, such as the Lorax. Again, that was on the nose too. I'm like, wow, okay, so the Lorax, that's not placed there for obvious reasons. Norm asks Grace why the Na'vi don't return, and she replies that they learned as much about humanity as they needed to. Jake notices bullet holes and asks Grace what happened at the school, but she dodges the question. While Grace and Norm...
See, that's another scene that wasn't in the...
Yeah, I know. I was
Regular
sitting
version.
here trying to figure out
No.
what scene this was, because I don't remember the scene of
Yeah,
them being
the
at
bullet
school.
holes and all that stuff that wasn't in the regular theatrical version.
Oh. While Grace and Norm study the wildlife, Jake
Karen,
encounters a
you said-
group of hammerhead titan. There's a rhinoceros-like animal species. However, those things flee from Thanatos, a terrifying land predator. Grace shouts at her group to flee. Jake runs from Thanatos, who is after him, and loses most of his equipment and weapon in the process. He narrowly escapes death from the predator and falls into raging rivers below. Anybody want to take over?
I'll do it.
I'm not allowed to read.
Where'd you stop at?
Right there, living with the...
Right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Were you listening?
All right. As darkness falls, Jake creates a fire torch using a sap substance on the trees, which is probably the trees' jizz. And once more runs... No? Nobody else?
It's very-
No,
It's-
giving...
It's an alien tree. You don't know.
I was shaking my head because
That's
given what we
basically
know
what it is.
I mean,
about...
It's its seeds.
It's seeds. Sorry. I got very...
No,
R-rated.
given what we know about their ponytails and stuff, I wouldn't say you're far off.
True. Anyway, and once more runs and fights a large group of small-sized viper wolves. A Na'vi named Nitari rescues him and kills several of the viper wolves before they all flee. She is at first angry with Jake for having caused her to kill the viper wolves needlessly and leaves him. Jake goes after Nitari, who tells him not to follow as she knows he is an Avatar hybrid. A dream walker from the sky people, the humans. Jake is caught by her fellow Na'vi by Nitari, but Nitari diffuses the situation by telling her people that she witnessed him being chosen by the seeds of Ewa, a spiritual and also physical, biological entity that the Na'vi revere, which indicates him as a pure spirit. Meeting Atukin and Moat, the leaders of the Amatakaya clan, I think it is.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah,
That sounds right.
Amatakaya. Yeah, who are also Natiri's parents. Jake presents himself as a warrior dreamwalker, a term the Na'vi used to call the Avatar hybrids, with his intention to learn from them. Atukin and Moat agree to teach Jake, making a reluctant Nitari his tutor. From that day on, Jake spends his time learning with the ways and culture of the Na'vi warriors, while jumping back into his original human body to report to Parker and Quaritch on information regarding the Na'vi. Grace arranges the movement of Avatar team to a remote camp in the Haluja Mountains after finding out from Max Patel that Jake has been having regular communications with Quaritch about the Na'vi. In his Avatar form, Jake completes a rite of passage known as Iknamaya, where he learns how to bond using his Q and control his flying mountain banshee, whom he names Bob, which is funny. While gaining respect and admiration from the Na'vi, his relationship with Nitari grows to continuing to grow, but also learning the jealousy and annoyance of Sute. Nitari's betrothed and next in line to be the clan leader. Nitari also tells Jake that about the great Liana Liana Terex, Liana Trex, I don't know, whatever. As well as Toruk Makto, and how her great-great-grandfather was one of the few Na'vi able to ride one. Jake becomes somewhat addicted to being an avatar, causing Grace to force his human body to keep eating so that he does not become anorexic. Grace tells Jake about how she taught the Na'vi children for 10 years, including Natari and her sister Silwanen, sure, and how they viewed Grace like a mother. Grace revealed the RDA shot Silwanen to death after she destroyed a bulldozer when she was angry about the RDA's deforestation. Because Grace was exiled from interacting with the clan due to the incident, Jake can persuade Moat and Tukan, to let Grace back in, causing her great happiness when she returns to the home tree to reunite with her students. Reporting back to Quaritch, the colonel wants Jake to begin his plan to convince the clan to leave the home tree, but Jake is now reluctant and wary of the RDA's desire to exploit the moon's resources. He tells Quaritch that he will attempt to convince the clan once he is made part of the people, a ceremony granted to the greatest honor of an avatar. That night, Jake undergoes the ceremony where Tukan considers him as one of their own and made part of the people, with Grace and Natari looking on. Jake is now part of the Omatakaya clan, and with this, he can choose his mate. He and Natari choose each other and spend the night mating at the Tree of Voices, and they are now mated for life. They spend the night mating like they're fucking animals. They're humanoid peoples.
Like how they connect, just like how they connect to the animals.
Yeah, it's so weird. I'm like, so hold on a minute now. Like, well, they make everything in this movie
I get it.
to where you're supposed to be intimate with nature. Like, nature is everything. You know what I mean? And it's kind of cool for a hippie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I bet hippies love this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they
Like,
do.
yeah, man, I'm one with nature. I want to go fuck a tree.
Yeah.
What is that one movie where the girl keeps going out to the tree and making out with it, and at the end she finds...
it has Will Ferrell and Sarah. She played Saturday Night Live. I can't think of her name though.
Oh, Superstar.
Yeah, Superstar.
Yeah.
I've only seen that movie like once.
I saw it once too, and
Yeah, I've
I
only
cannot
seen it
remember
once, too. I
what
just remember the
what the
SNL
plot
skits.
of it was for the life of me. But it's the
I
only
just
movie
remember
I
that-
can
The
remember.
SNL
That's-
skits were
Yeah.
pretty funny. That's what I remember the most.
When Jake and Atari awake, they encounter several bulldozers sent by the RDA, destroying the nearby forest. In his attempt to stop them, Jake destroys one of the machine's camera arrays. Returning to the home tree, Sute confronts him for mating with Atari. Before anything else can happen, Jake and Grace are suddenly sent back to the human bodies when soldiers by Quaritch arrive and open their link units to take them back by force. Quaritch and Parker have seen footage of Jake destroying the bulldozer's cameras and have checked his entry logs indicating that the Na'vi refuse to leave their home. Grace tells Parker that the trees and plant life make up a huge network that connects the spiritual consciousness of all life, including the Na'vi, and must not be destroyed. Parker merely reacts with disbelief and thinks Grace has gone insane. You're on a fucking alien planet. I think you should listen to the scientists.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? That's just how I feel about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're just trees. Like, yeah, but this is an alien planet. Far, far more evolved than anything we've ever seen. You know what I mean?
Right.
At least, you know,
Well, look around you. Look at those mountains. They're fucking floating.
they're floating. You don't believe that? Like, come on.
There's something going on here.
Yeah, there's obviously something. I wouldn't even say supernatural so much as like
beyond our understanding.
beyond our understanding, which anything supernatural would be beyond our understanding is all it is.
Yeah, exactly.
And the scientists have a belief and a theory on it, so maybe you should listen.
Maybe you should listen to them. Yeah. And besides, how could you be so well funded but not listen to the very people who are there or who are making you all this money and saying, "Hey, we're the ones who have studied this for all these years and studied this planet and these people and everything in it." How are you not going to listen to those people?
Money.
Why did they want to do that again?
They wanted to tear it down because they wanted the unobtainium that was under the tree.
Right.
All the metal. So.
Because they said that this little rock is money or whatever. Yeah, a bunch of words.
That night, Sute and other Na'vi set fire to the RDA bulldozers in the morning. In the morning, the RDA discovers the wreckage and sees that 6 of their men were killed by the Na'vi. Quaritch, I don't remember seeing that part in the movie.
I don't remember that either. I remember seeing the bulldozer torched, but
Yeah, see, that was them. See, we didn't see that. I didn't see that part in that must only be in the extended cut because I didn't see that. Quaritch insists he will try a humane approach towards the evacuation of Home Tree using tear gas, which Parker approves. Grace is upset and she tells Jake how the RDA never cared about the Avatar program and that they bulldozed a sacred site on purpose to initiate a war to justify further brute force. Trudy tells Grace about the impending Home Tree evacuation, causing Grace to confront Parker about them using violent methods to potentially kill the Na'vi. Jake convinces Parker to give him and Grace a final chance to persuade the Na'vi. Oh boy, there's still a lot to go. Well, not that much, I guess.
I say it seems like you're way more than halfway here.
Yeah. All right. Destruction of Home Tree. Jake and Grace return to their avatar forms, but the Na'vi refuse to listen after Jake reveals he was sent by his superiors to convince them to move. They are bound and labeled as traitors by the Na'vi, who intend to defend themselves. A large strike force led by Quaritch attempts to use tear gas first, but this causes the Na'vi to shoot back using arrows. In response, Quaritch authorizes incendiary rounds, which topple Home Tree to the ground, killing large numbers of the clan underneath. Moat releases Jake and Grace from their bonds and pleads with them to save her clan. Atukan is killed in the destruction by a sharp piece of wood, leaving Natari devastated. She tearfully rejects Jake when he tries to comfort her. Back at the RDA, Parker tells his crew to deactivate the avatars by Quaritch's force, which starts causing a fight in the lab. In the chaos, Jake and Grace are sent back to their original bodies to be placed under arrest for treason along with Norm, who tried to stop the military from disabling the avatar forms. Max and Trudy, who are sympathetic to the Na'vi and brave enough to rebel against the RDA, rescue the Avatar team from the prison and fly them to safety. However, Grace is shot by Quaritch. Then he attempts to stop them from leaving the colony. The team has the camp container holding the Avatar transfer pods sent near the Tree of Souls, where the remaining Amatakaya clan has fled to safety. Jake attempts to redeem himself in the eyes of the Na'vi and successfully tames the controls a great Leon, that big fucking bird thing, making him the 6th Toruk Maktu. Jake arrives at the clan on the creature, impressing Natari as it means he risked his life to aid the Na'vi. I mean, did he though? Because if he dies in the Avatar, he's still human. He just kills the Avatar. It's easy to be brave like that whenever you have nothing, all you're going to lose is, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think if he went back to his own people, wouldn't they kill him anyway?
They just imprison him, probably. I don't think they'd kill him.
Quaritch was pretty crazy there by the end.
It's true. But I don't think he'd kill him if he had him in custody.
That's fair.
Jake makes a plea to Moet to save Grace from dying. This is done by trying to have her consciousness transfer... Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Okay, yeah, okay. Okay, so Jake... Oh, they didn't even talk about the part where she was shot in the escape. Or did I not read that?
Wish she wouldn't have gotten shot if she would have waited to start the engine. If she would have just waited to do that till everybody was on.
Right.
Just
right.
wait to start the engine.
Yeah. This is done by trying to save her consciousness transferred permanently into her avatar form, using the Tree of Souls before her human body expires. However, it is too late, and as Grace is too weak to be transferred. Before she dies, she tells Jake that she's seen Ewa and she does exist. Following Grace's death, he asks Sute, who has been made clan leader, and the entire clan to stand with him and face the humans. Having earned back the clan's trust, Jake makes plans to join with other clans to strike back at the human forces. Assault on the Tree of Souls. A few more 100 paragraphs. All right. Surveying the Na'vi, Quaritch learns that other clans have converged with the Amatakaya at the Tree of Souls and decides to destroy them and their holy ground to put an end to their defiance once and for all. The night before the battle, Jake prays to Ewa at the Tree of Souls to fight alongside the Na'vi, asking her to look into Grace's memories of Earth. Natari tells Jake that Ewa does not choose sides, only protecting only the balance of life. A huge military fleet commandeered by Quaritch approaches the Tree of Souls, beginning the assault on the Tree of Souls. Thousands of Na'vi warriors, led by Jake and Sute, take to the skies and attack the fleet, causing huge loss on both sides. Natari is knocked off her Banshee and flees the military ground forces, while Norm's avatar is shot, forcing him to jump back to his real body and continue the fight as a human. Sute makes a valiant attempt to take down the shuttle carrying the explosives, but is shot and falls to the forest below.
Bringing up your point, Norm deserves more accolades then because he got shot in his avatar and then came back and started fighting as a human.
Exactly, yeah. Right. Yeah, Norm's pretty hardcore for being JP.
I actually was going to bring up in my review to say, like, isn't it nice that JP finally got his robot surgery?
Mm-hmm. All right.
Sort of.
Sort of. Trudy makes a valiant attempt to protect Jake from Quaritch's dragon, but is outgunned and killed, which sucks, man. Like, Trudy didn't have enough play, which is Michelle Rodriguez.
It seems like she doesn't anymore in any movie she's in. It seems
right.
Like.
It seems like she just, like, she's always playing second fiddle or, like, the side character. Mm-hmm. And it's like, dude, like, Michelle Rodriguez is awesome.
She
like,
is.
Give her more, like, because I couldn't remember, like, does she die in this movie? I don't think she does. I couldn't remember why she wasn't in the second one. And then she died. I was like, fuck, she did die. Damn it. Like, because I really liked her character. I liked the badass. But Michelle Rodriguez plays an awesome, like, female badass. So, Trudy makes, okay. So, when all things seem bleak, the native wildlife of Pandora strikes back in force, seemingly responding to Jake's early plea to Ewa for help. The ground and aerial troops are scattered by the wildlife, while those carrying the explosives are destroyed before they reach the Tree of Souls. During the wildlife's attack on the ground, a Thanatos approaches Natari and offers her to ride it. She accepts by bonding with it. Jake manages to bring down Quaritch's gunship, but the colonel enters an AMP suit and escapes the ship's destruction. Finding the camp containing the Avatar pods by chance, Quaritch attempts to destroy Jake's body, and Natari and her Thanator attack him. However, Quaritch kills the Thanatos with his AMP, and is about to kill Natari. Then Jake arrives to challenge him. Full of hatred at Jake, Quaritch refuses to give up the battle despite Jake's claim the RDA has already lost and calls Jake a race traitor. As they fight, Jake destroys the AMP's life support and canopy, but is caught in the mech's grip. Natari saves Jake by planting 2 arrows into Quaritch's chest, killing the colonel. Which pretty much Natari is the winner of this movie,
Right.
because she kills the fucking colonel by the end.
Yeah.
The camp shack and Jake's Avatar bed were damaged during Quaritch's attack and leaked deadly Pandoran air, leaving Jake's human body in danger from the poisonous air. Jake wakes up in his human body and tries to grab the nearby rebreather unit, but he accidentally falls onto the floor and begins to suffocate. Natari can find Jake. Can find Jake? Okay, but it appears she does find Jake, and it appears he already suffocated to death. She helps him put on his exact. Okay, I don't know what that means. Just managing to save his life before he perishes. At this moment, Jake says to Natari, "I see you," the traditional Na'vi greeting. Natari sheds tears of joy and says it back to him. The words take on an entirely new meaning as Jake is in his human form. After the battle had ended in victory for the Na'vi, Sute is found bleeding heavily by a group of surviving Na'vi warriors who brought Jake and Natari to him. Sute, we didn't see this part either in the theatrical version. Sute, knowing that his death was imminent, passes on the leadership of the Amatakaya clan to Jake before making him draw his knife and demanding that he end his suffering. Jake refused, but Sute proudly reassured him that he would be remembered because Jake, as Torek Makto, would be his last shadow. Okay. Oh, yeah. He showed his respect for Jake by calling him a brother. Reluctantly, Jake granted Sute his last request and mercifully killed him. Jake then recited a prayer of Sute, wishing his spirit to become one with Ewa, as Natari and the other warriors looked on in grief. Having put an end to the military's attack and the Na'vi round up the remaining RDA personnel. It's the last paragraph, I promise. Which is approximately 90% of them, to be sent back to Earth. However, a select group will stay with them on Pandora, specifically the Na'vi sympathizers, which includes Jake, Norm, Max, the Avatar team, and many other RDA defectors. While on the RDA's way out, Selfridge briefly walks out of the line and approaches Jake. Although Natari draws her blade at Selfridge, Jake allows him to speak. Selfridge merrily asks, "You know this isn't over." But Jake does not answer, only giving him a look to keep walking. See, they didn't show that in the regular version either.
I've seen that part. Where Suffrage walks up to him at the, when they're walking onto the plane.
You're talking about the lead guy, right? Like the
the dude that was running the show.
yeah. I didn't see that.
Yeah, at the end, towards the end, he was walking. They were all walking towards the plane.
I didn't see him walk up. I saw him walking, but I didn't see him walk up to Jake.
Yeah, he walked up to Jake and said, "This isn't over." You know that, right?
Yeah, see, I didn't see that.
I think I saw that.
And Jake just
maybe I
gave
just
him
missed
the
it.
like, keep walking.
Maybe
motion.
he did. Maybe I just missed it. Jake decides to stay in his avatar form forever and concludes his final entry video log of his experience on his birthday. Returning to the Tree of Souls, he undergoes the consciousness transfer from his human body to his avatar form. Natari kisses his human body shut eyelids. Jake then awakens to a new life as a Na'vi, showing he was able to pass through the Eye of Awa. The end. Whew, that's a long one, buddy. A long one.
Not for the next one.
I think the next one actually is like
a little
3
bit
hours
longer.
long. It is a little bit longer.
I have a deal I'd like to throw out there.
What?
What if we don't watch any more Saw movies if we don't have to watch the next Avatar?
I'll tell you what, I'll make you a better deal. I'll give you 2 more Saw movies and we still do the next Avatar.
I'm okay with that, dude.
Karen's like, what the fuck? I'm losing here.
No deal.
No
I gotta
deal.
watch the other Avatar. We're watching all the Saw movies.
Yeah, but there's only one more Avatar. And there's
I threw a deal out there that we're not. No, that was
It's non-negotiable.
non-negotiable. It's all or nothing.
I really like the second one, though.
You just like it because
The
it's
second
got,
one is
ooh,
good.
birdie.
The second one's better than the first one.
I mean, it's still got the same story plot,
It's
but
just longer.
Sort of.
I already saw that. I've seen Pocahontas. I've seen Dances with Wolves. And I've seen Fern Gully. And now I've seen this. If I have to watch it again, I'm going to rip someone's head off.
This one isn't the same, though. This isn't the same as... The second one isn't the same as this one.
and I saw the Lorax.
That is true.
Anyway, let's get into our notes here.
Okay.
let's listen to Karen's notes. So that
To
way
be continued.
because
Let's get all the hate out now.
I didn't hate everything. It was a beautiful movie.
Yeah, and the second one's even more beautiful.
Yeah, but that's like dating a girl just because she's pretty. Like, I mean, we got to have something to talk about.
But you got to understand, with these movies, it ain't just about the beauty of like the nature and all that and the colors. It's also the music, the story that goes with it. It's
I
just...
thought it had a good story with it.
I think the story's fine. I
I get
think it's
that
great.
they took the story from a lot
It's
of
like
other
you said,
things,
there's only
but
5
Right.
stories
You're right.
in all fiction.
You're right, but you got to put a spin on it, baby.
There was a spin. They were
Fern
in
Gully.
space.
Fern Gully in space. Okay.
Okay.
They were in
they had
space.
floating rocks,
It wasn't
Karen.
far enough removed from any one of those tellings.
I get what you're saying, but I still love it. I think this is the
I'm
that's
not
where, like,
trying
this.
to- I'm
This
not
is
trying-
my favorite telling of those stories.
That's wonderful for you.
You know what the twist was?
I'm very happy for you. What?
The flying rocks.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Except I saw that in the Neverending Story.
Yeah, but this
Too,
wasn't
so.
like the never-ending story. So
Just saying, I've
that
seen
was
it
a
before.
never-ending story too.
yeah,
I mean, that's.
Let's hear some of your. What do you got on notes, man? You got any issues or things that you might love?
like I said,
like I said, it was beautiful. It was a beautiful movie. There were parts like of the story that I thought were, and the emotions that they threw out there and stuff was really good. I didn't really get emotional, and I usually do for things like that, but I just wasn't drawn into the story enough. I will say there was one scene right after they go in and take down Home Tree, and it's when the tree's on the monitors, and it's like all fired up, full of flames and everything, and I think it's Selfridge. When you look at his face, you can almost see it on his face where it's like, we did this, like almost shameful and
I think
almost
that
grief stricken.
I think that he has a little bit of humanity in him
Mm-hmm.
because there's parts where he's like, "Do we do it or don't we?"
Mm-hmm.
Because he's got to be like in his mind, he's like, really, really are fucking up this race of
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Like, like this is not good. He
I mean,
knows
yeah.
this.
Yeah, and that was the one scene that I really saw it. Like when you saw that on the monitors, and then you see that you pan across their faces. His was the one that I noticed the most, where it was just you saw it all over his
I noticed
face.
the girl next to him. Because she was like in tears actually.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, I guess I was more looking at him because I was most interested because
what his reaction would be.
Because he is like directly,
Mhm.
And you could almost just see it on his face where it's like, we did this.
Yeah, we fucked up.
Yeah. I did notice that they used a lot of the Jurassic Park dinosaur noises in this movie.
Did they really?
Yeah. You didn't notice it?
No.
I heard the T-Rex roar. I heard the raptor barking.
I think I do remember hearing that.
Yeah. I heard a lot of that. That was kind of fun. Oh, like that black dragon thing, when it roared, it was the T-Rex roar.
What black dragon?
I don't know what the fuck it was. Black dragon looking thing. The one that when it kneeled down during that the battle, and she got on its back.
Oh yeah, the
Thanator.
the
Thanator. Is that the? I think that's the Thanator.
Yeah, Thanator, whatever.
Yeah, when it roars, it sounds like the T-Rex. And
that's way too much. You fucked up.
I thought it was funny when he said you found yourself some local tail.
Yeah.
Like she literally has a tail.
Yeah.
That was kind of funny.
Anybody else got any other notes other than Karen? Karen's just spouting them out.
There were good parts in them. I really don't know what I don't like about this movie. It falls flat for me.
The Colonel had no regards for the gas. He gave no fuck about the gas.
He can give a fuck about the gas. He can give a fuck about like blowing that tree up. He's like, fuck it, let's kill all these bitches. He didn't care, dude.
Yeah.
Did not care.
And the least that tree could have done is that when it fell, it could have fell towards the assholes, not towards
Or
them.
any other way, which I think they knew how to shoot it down to where it would crumble and fall.
Yeah.
Because at this point, Jake had been giving them so much intel that,
Yeah.
The worst part is seeing the Na'vi carrying all their kids.
If you think about it, Jake's probably the biggest villain in this whole movie.
Mm-hmm.
Because he gave them all the information, everything that they needed to invade, and then at the end became their leader. So he took up their leadership position after he pretty much helped destroy and crumble their society.
Yeah, like I thought her forgiveness after the amount of fuck you she gave him before, they got pulled out of their bodies. And then all he has to do is arrive on this dragon's back, and she's immediately like, "Oh,
Yeah,
I know the amount of like symbolism that is for them."
That comes with that, yeah.
But like, that was after their home tree just got demolished.
Yeah.
Is about like come the fuck
like okay,
on,
yeah,
man.
I'm glad she's getting laid. What about the rest of us who are out of homes? Like,
Yeah.
Lost kids, lost their wives, mother,
Yeah. I will say, I think the best thing for me was that the whole epic battle there at the end was amazing. I was thoroughly, completely like drawn in by that.
The last one?
Yeah, that final, like I was in to that. Like I was totally drawn in.
Some of my favorite scenes was within the forest at night.
Yeah.
Whenever they're walking around, all the neon colors and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And all that stuff, like, it just looks so good. And if you think that looks good, I'm being 100% serious when I say the second one is that only twice as better. Like, it is just a gorgeous fucking movie. Like, it's so pretty that the whole time you're watching, you're like, I just want to be there.
Yeah.
I want to be there. And
it looks peaceful.
Yeah, it looks so fucking peaceful. And you're like, God, like, that's just how you feel watching these movies. And that's how I feel. Because, like I said, it's not just
makes me want to
the
go to
story.
Otherworld.
It makes me these movies. It's about how it makes me feel. These movies make me feel peaceful. Now, like I want to be in the movie. I want to be in that land, in that forest, or in the second one, like on that beach. And not just that, but also the music that comes with it, and just the way that the movie makes you feel. It just kind of just washes over you like a nice cool blanket. You know what I mean? And it feels good, and it just. That's why I like him so much. It's not because of the visuals or this. It's just the way it makes me feel, and that's how I feel about like the second one. I was just like in all the way, And I could, because I went into the second one wanting to hate it.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I walked into it, because I remember I was like, yeah, I really want to watch it, but I know I don't think I'm going to like it, you know? And same as this one, like I remember watching this, I haven't seen this one in years. And I came into it and I was just like, man, I know why the second one made me feel that way. It's because this one makes me feel the same, only the second one, more of that feeling. But this one just like, such a beautiful movie. And I'm like, not to mention the story and the fact that you don't have to have any real attachment to the characters in a way that makes you feel uncomfortable because they might be human. You feel attachment to them because they're not human. And it's okay to feel comfortable with watching them in all these different situations because it's not as awkward as it would be if they were all just humans. So it's just, I don't know, it's a fun movie, and I like the ending. I love the fact that but this is all part of my rating probably, but
Yeah, I was about to say,
yeah,
we're
but
getting
like
into
all
rating.
these things that like make this movie so good and what,
You want to just rate it then?
I mean, sorry, I was going on another rant.
It's fine. I mean,
Yeah.
you do you though.
Yeah.
You're trying to prove your.
I was just trying to prove my point of like how the movie can make you feel if you just sit down and watch it with an unbiased opinion. You know what I mean? Like if you, like Madison said that, I hate that movie. Well, just try to watch it with an open mind. Don't go into it like, especially if you hadn't seen it since it came out. Go into the movie with like this open mind of like, okay, I'm going to give it this other chance, and maybe I'll like it more this time.
It's just like a kid that's never eaten something and just looks at it and says, I'm not going to eat
Exactly.
that.
Look at
Try
it with an
it.
open. Try it with an
at
open
least,
mind,
and then if you don't
and
like it, you don't like it.
And this is the way that I go into every movie that we do for this podcast. I go into it even if I've seen it years ago and loved it, or I've seen it years ago and hated it. I always walk into these movies with an open mind because you never know. I might walk into a movie that I've seen before and think of it completely differently and be like, this might be one of my favorite fucking movies of all time.
Yeah.
You know, because I just loved it that much, rewatching it and actually getting into it and paying that much attention to it. I mean, I've done that with every Quentin Tarantino movie. I have to watch them multiple times, and the more that I watch them, the more I love them. And that's why he's my favorite director, because every time I watch his movies, they're better and better every single time.
Yeah.
And that's what this movie did. I walked into it like, yeah, it was fun. You know, it was a good movie back whenever I watched it back in 2009 or whatever. But walking into it this time, I'm like, wow, it's so much better even this time, you know? It's a gorgeous, fucking colorful movie that just washes over you and it feels great.
Yeah.
So, and I wasn't even drinking.
Or tripping.
Or high.
No, most of what I said last week, I'm just kidding. Like we've talked about with Avatar, it's mostly just I just haven't seen it.
Right.
Yet. And I'm at this point, I'm just joking around. And you're like, oh, I'm not.
No, I'm not. I'm
you
not
know?
trying to. I know. I'm just fucking with you. You can think whatever you want.
You
about
know,
the movie.
you know, I'm
Yeah.
joking because
Yeah.
you know I'll
You
watch
guys can think
whatever.
whatever you want about the movie. Love it, hate it, doesn't matter to me. Like I know what I like, and I know. You
Well,
guys
and
know
that's
you
what
like.
I'm saying. Like, I'm not going to try to talk you.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not going to try to talk you into hating it. I don't
Right.
hate it. I don't hate it. I love that battle scene. That battle scene was amazing.
I get why you don't like that it's so long. I get that, but for me, I like that it's so long. I do like that because
To me, I felt like there was so much filler in
there
this.
is a lot of filler, but it was also like for me, what you don't get out of a lot of good movies nowadays is really good character development and character relationship happening. So, like in this movie, they spend most of the movie developing Jake and Natari's characters, like making them, fall in love so that they can hate each other and then fall back in love. And they do all this, and for me anyway, in 2 hours and 40 minutes. And I think they needed that much time to do that because I liked following their relationship. I also love Zoe Saldana. I think she's a great actress, and I think that she conveys emotion really well through her facial expressions. You notice that a lot in Guardians of the Galaxy because she plays Gamora, and she expresses a lot through her facial expressions. And I think that she does it because she's all mocap in this movie.
Yeah.
And I think she does a great job with her hand gestures, her facial gestures, and all these things in the movie. And I think she does a great job. Yeah. Whereas like Sam Worthington, not so much, I guess. He's more or less your eyes and ears.
I couldn't tell. Like I could tell all of the avatars. Like I could tell, Sigourney Weaver's.
Yeah, by their faces. And
Sam Worthington.
not so much. Yeah,
didn't.
Not so much. Yeah.
look like any
Yeah,
other one.
he's kind of a
Everyman.
Yeah, he's kind of your everyman, and I think he's supposed to be. He's meant to be that because I think he's supposed to be the eyes and ears for you. He is your avatar, the one that you're living through this journey of this movie, and that's okay. But for sequels, it's kind of like
If I was him, I wouldn't be a scientist.
he's not a scientist. He
I don't
was
like
he was a
science.
Marine.
Yeah,
He was a Marine. His brother was a scientist.
His brother was a
Sorry, I
scientist.
wouldn't hang around scientists. I don't like science.
Okay,
That's
so
all I
anyway,
gotta say.
I mean, that's fine. You don't like science.
yeah, she don't like scientists, people.
Just saying.
I always liked science.
But anyway, I mean, if you guys have anything else you want to throw in there?
No.
Sorry, I was
Mm.
on another rant.
No, you're fine.
Drew Barrymore.
Shut the fuck
And
And
another
that
thing.
bitch. No,
I could
I'll
say
wait
it
till my
like
review.
this.
Huh?
I could say it like this.
Gotta say it like this. Talk out of your mouth like this.
Alright,
Anyway.
talk out of my mouth like that.
All right, let's get into. If you guys are all done, let's get into rating and reviewing Avatar, 2009.
Let's go this bitch.
All right. Who wants to go first? Of course, Madison does. Actually, you know what? Let's go the opposite direction this time. Let's go with Eric first.
Oh, so that way I can say what I want to say.
Yeah, say what you want to say. I know last week I was listening to it today and I was like, he's right. He always does have to go last. So like everything that we would cover, he's like, well, fuck. You guys pretty much said everything I wanted to say.
I think we usually start with Madison because Madison's not seen what we've already
Yeah, that's
seen.
kind of where we're
That's
going.
why we always
But-
start with her. Yeah.
But, you know, that's usually, I think that's why we usually start with her. Yeah.
So, I mean, this movie, I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed the plot. I enjoyed the visuals. Even though the music comes from Jurassic Park, but I still like the
I didn't
music.
say the music,
No, not
the,
music.
the,
Some-
the
a few of
animal
the sound
noises.
effects.
Okay, so the music, I
And I didn't
enjoyed.
hate that. I thought it was kind of fun.
I think it is
Yeah.
very fun.
Yeah, I thought that, like, when I would hear it, I'm like,
I think it's
hey!
cool that you hear those reused
Yeah.
sound effects.
CGI
and
looked
some
really
things.
good in this movie, in my opinion.
There's a few parts that I'm like, you can tell that's CG. But
Yeah. I don't have a whole lot bad to say about this movie. I mean, I enjoyed the character developments. I enjoyed the characters in general. So I'm going to come in as an 8 for me.
Okay.
It's not the greatest movie. I mean, you can, like you said, you can tell that they took a lot of. The movie was very influenced by a lot of older movies, like Dances with Wolves, Pocahontas, and all those other movies were influences to the movie, and you could tell that. But it had its own branch, in my opinion.
Okay.
So I'm at an 8.
An 8. Karen, or did you want to go to Madison next?
Oh, it don't matter to me.
We can flip flop around,
Let's flip flop. Got my flippy floppies.
or we could just like start this way.
Well,
and
we
then-
could always go boom, 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 or something like that.
I don't
Yeah, we
care.
can always just
However
change
you
it
want.
up.
Yeah, fuck it. Madison, go ahead. Let's hear what you got to say.
I don't have a lot to say. I don't know. I find this movie boring. I don't know why.
Okay.
I just
Yeah.
find it boring.
Okay.
Yeah. And I didn't like Jurassic Park when I was a kid either.
Okay, this movie has nothing to do with Jurassic Park.
All I said was that they make the same noises. I thought it was cool. Sorry. Didn't mean to bring it up.
I don't like Jurassic Park. Thought those movies were boring too.
What the fuck? Jurassic Park's awesome.
I like Jurassic
Oh
Park.
shit!
Especially the first one.
Mm-hmm.
The only
Objects in mirror are closer
Yeah.
than they appear.
Anyways, I forgot what else I was
Like
gonna
sitting on
say.
the shitter.
There were some quippy comments in it that I thought were funny. Can't remember any right now. My
3 hours
mind's
of movie.
kinda
There was a
dead.
few quippy comments.
My favorite one was the local tale.
Local Tale's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Is that
I'm
it?
trying. Yeah. Yeah. I'll give it a 6, I guess.
6, I guess.
I didn't even take the NyQuil this morning either. I took that
You don't take NyQuil in the morning anyway. You
I
take it
did
at night.
yesterday.
Why would you do that?
Because I needed cough medicine. We don't have any daytime.
Pop some NyQuil. You're just gonna be fucking like drowsy all fucking day.
Madison.
Yeah.
Drool just coming.
Is she sleeping? No, I think she's dead.
She's barely breathing.
We didn't have any cough medicine for daytime that wasn't expired.
She has a fucking license, a car, all these things. Go get some.
It was not even 7 o'clock in the morning. Where would I get cough medicine at?
Kroger,
Walmart.
Walmart.
Are they even open?
Yes.
Yeah, Walmart's open at
Before
like
school,
6 in the
time
morning.
to get to school.
Yes.
It was like 6:30.
I mean, if you know where, it's right there inside the door. You walk right in. It's right there on the left.
How am I supposed to know that? I
Or
don't
go
go
to,
anywhere.
whatever. Anyway, just are you? What'd you give it?
6.
A 6.
I think.
Okay, I'm gonna go
6.
next.
Okay.
I've already went on a rant about this movie. Drew Barrymore is not in this fucking movie because if she
No.
was, it'd be a fucking 0.
We've been through this. You can't give something a 0.
Okay, 0.5.
There you go. You can do that.
Can you do a 0.1?
We're not going. We're not. Let's not get crazy with the decibels.
Can't do a 0.001.
So,
that sucks.
like I almost don't even like E.T. because of her, and she was a child.
Gertie.
I didn't
knew
like
I'd
that
get it.
movie as a kid either.
Anyway, so there's a lot of things that I love about this movie. I love all the mech stuff. I love all the alien stuff. I love all the Avatar stuff. I love Sigourney Weaver. I even love Sam Worthington. As much as people think he's like a one-note actor and all that, he did one movie that will always redeem him, in my opinion, and that's the remake of that fucking movie.
Sure.
The movie that redeemed him, I can't
No,
think.
goddamn,
The Redeemer.
No, it's the movie about he plays Perseus.
That one guy with the hair.
Not Perseus. He was. Why did I lose? I have these movies even. It's where like Zeus is his dad.
Oh, Clash of the Titans.
Clash of the Titans. Yes. So he was in Clash of the Titans, which is one of the coolest fucking remakes I've ever seen. I love that movie.
Wrath of Titans or Clash.
No, first one was Clash of the Titans. Second one was Wrath of the Titans, I
Yeah.
believe.
Release the Kraken.
One of the two. It was
Yeah, release the Kraken. Yeah, that movie.
Yeah.
The baby was the best Kraken. Remember
What?
that? Do you remember that little meme with the baby when they say release the Kraken? And the baby comes out with his head on the
Dragging
Which
it
floor.
on
one
the
was
floor.
that?
Shit was funny as fuck.
What movie was that?
That was from Clash
No,
of the Titans.
yeah,
Release of the Kraken.
Yeah, it was a meme with Liam Neeson where he says release the Kraken and then somebody's kid, like some little baby.
Oh yeah, he's like
He's dragging his head on the floor.
Yeah, I remember. But anyway,
I say that every time I let Penny out.
release the Kraken. There's a lot of things I love about this movie. I'm not going to get back into all of it. Like I said, it's the way it makes me feel. I love watching the movie. I love all the characters in it. Everybody serves their purpose. Nobody underacts. The visuals are great. There's a few parts in it. And when I say that, like, the visuals in this are beautiful, the second movie blows even this one out of the water.
No pun intended.
Yeah, no pun intended, yeah.
That's
It's funny.
That's good.
But, like, there's just, I just love the movie. I loved it even more this time than I have past times in watching it. So for me, I'm going to give it a 9. I was going to go 8.5, but I just like it too much. So it's a 9.
I feel like they could have like taken this movie down by like an hour, probably.
Maybe.
I saw the 3-hour version, so that would mean 2 hours.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of filler. I felt like too much filler.
Yeah, I think you probably would have fared better by watching the theatrical version.
Probably, and I just
Because I was like, this is like a 3-hour movie, and then Matt's like, so how long is it? So I hit the thing to pause, and I was like, oh, it's only 2 hours and 40 minutes.
yeah, maybe I would have liked it better.
Yeah, only.
Because that 3-hour movie or that 3-hour version was just ridiculous. Like, I was bored a good 65 to 70% of the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like they could have knocked the whole hour out, and I probably would have been just fine with that. And, I mean, I'm just not a big fan of the whole Ferngully Pocahontas thing anyway. Those stories in general are not my cup of tea. So
Pocahontas was never my favorite Disney princess.
yeah, they're boring to me. Those stories in general are boring to me.
She's not a princess.
Sorry, Chief's daughter or whatever.
She's a Native American princess.
Exactly.
So therefore a Disney princess.
I don't think they ever considered her like a Disney
they
princess.
do.
Yeah, they do.
They do?
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's okay. Whatever.
I couldn't stand the hissing thing they did either. That annoyed me every time.
Oh, whenever
they
they'd
did.
open their mouth and
Yeah.
like, yeah.
And
That, I
it
didn't.
was-
I will say I didn't care for that.
Just
I
like
didn't care for that.
Mulan. I don't know why she's a Disney princess, but she is.
I don't like Mulan.
I did. I loved that movie.
I don't.
I always
Um,
thought Mushu was hilarious.
Mushu's awesome. Yeah.
The ending, I really feel like, obviously, we know that the second one's pretty much a rehashing of the first one.
No, it's really not. I don't know why people
Oh,
say that.
well, then I'm really kind of confused because, like, the ending, like, no matter which way you spin this, it's not good. The humans aren't going to just, like, go away.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to come back with
Right.
bigger...
So in the second one, they don't.
well, then the fuck.
I mean, they
Like,
do,
they're going
but
to-
they're
okay.
not as big of an issue. So the whole second one is all about Natari and Jake and their kids leaving and going to a different clan because they're being hunted and they're putting their own clan in danger. So they leave and they're being hunted by Quaritch,
Yeah.
who is now an avatar.
Yeah.
Because before, I guess, the battle, he had pretty much uploaded his own consciousness onto something so they could
Another
upload it into
I
an
gathered
avatar.
that when I saw his name.
Yeah, and then
yeah.
so it's pretty much him hunting them down. So
With
like, and he
Avatar.
gets the help of
I'm
like
just saying that, like, it's not a happy ending no matter which way
It's
you
more-
slice this, because the humans are going to come back, and they're going to come back with bigger weapons, bigger ships, bigger...
Well, they did at the beginning of
Not
the second
really.
movie.
They want that unobtainium, and they've got, like, 8
it has
sequels.
the second one
The
has
second
nothing
one-
to do with
They've
it.
got
the
8
metal.
sequels planned. That
Maybe,
is going to
maybe.
come back.
Are
Maybe
you
the second one's
serious?
about them taking on whales or something, like killing the whales in the ocean.
and taking their stuff.
So
for
more
money.
environmental stuff.
More environment, of
Yeah.
course, yeah, of course. That's what this is all about: is the environment
Yeah.
and their planet.
Okay. Yeah.
Taking their resources.
Everything has a plot in an overall story. So I mean, this one obviously is environment
I mean, I
related.
don't hate the environment or anything. It's just the
You're making it sound
storylines
like
are
you do. Just saying. I'm just kidding.
Storylines
I'm
are
fucking with you.
boring.
Fuck these
Like,
plants.
they're boring. I wish they could find
Fuck these whales.
a better way to... like, more explosions or something. I don't know.
I don't know what it is. There's something in the whales, in their not maybe in their
It's like their memory gland.
yeah something in
a
their
fluid in
glands
their
or something
memory
like this
gland
gland
that-
in them that is worth like millions of dollars.
Because it's a reduces
So we don't care
aging.
about the unobtainium anymore.
not in the second one.
No, it reduces like the aging.
Yeah, something to do with aging and things like that. Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm about to go whale hunting, guys.
I was gonna give it. No, I'm not even gonna go.
Think
I'm
it's got
gonna
healing
give it a
properties?
6.
A 6, okay. That's
Seven-
honestly better than I thought you guys were going to give it.
7.25. Look, it's not a bad movie. I was bored. There's a lot of good talent in it. It's a decently acted movie.
It's okay.
There's
you guys,
nothing wrong with it.
You guys don't have to
Just-
like every movie we watch, and that's fine if you guys
Mhm.
want to give it a fucking 6.
No,
I
it's just
thought
I'm
about
just saying it's not a
5.5, but-
it is not a terrible movie
Right.
by any means.
No, it's not. You're right. And I get why you guys don't like it. I get that you guys just don't find it appealing. You don't think it's as like say as exciting as like me or Eric find it or anything like that's fine. You don't have to like, it's just like we didn't like Texas Chainsaw Massacre as much as you did or
It doesn't
whatever.
live up to the hype for me.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
there's no. It's
Not everybody
Just-
likes Avatar. I mean, I've met several people who are like, yeah, I don't really care for the Avatar
it's
movies.
that story line, that plot line. It's always been boring to me since Pocahontas, since Ferngully. I've never been a fan of any of those movies, even when I was a kid. Didn't care for it. So I guess I'm just not going to be that.
I like Ferngully. I don't care much for Pocahontas though. Yeah,
I was bored with all of them, even as a kid.
I liked Tinkerbell.
Tinkerbell.
is that you?
Nope, not yet.
My favorite one was whenever they switched their powers.
Unless it's that old text I sent.
My favorite was probably Beauty and the Beast. and Cinderella.
Oh, we're talking about our favorite kids movies, period.
Oh, kid period? That's a tough one.
Like,
I thought we were just talking about Disney, because Disney's
Oh,
very
Disney?
limited for me. I don't really know a lot of Disney.
I rewatched the Tinkerbell movies the most, but I'm gonna say my favorite Disney princess was Merida from Brave.
I don't know. I haven't seen
The
the Brave
redhead?
movie. I
All
haven't
right.
seen it.
Anyway, let's move on.
I just
Or wait, no, we got to do
Rotten Tomatoes.
Rotten Tomatoes. Sorry,
Who's up?
I think me.
Madison.
Lucky for you, I already have it pulled up.
Critics.
The hell is
Oh,
that?
they're like 98%.
I bet this one's really high. Yeah, for sure.
The Way of the Water.
Trying to think what that movie was where those mice have to save that Australian boy.
Oh, Outback.
Rescuers Down Under.
Yeah, Rescues Down Under.
Yeah.
That was
Sorry
a great
to
movie.
show them. You guys ready?
I said
Yep.
98.
Oh, 98.
Oh, for critics? Oh,
Yeah.
fuck,
Critics?
90.
You said 98. Man, you guys are in there. I guarantee.
Yeah,
it.
it's got to be up there in the 90s.
They be sucking his dick over this.
Oh, for
movie.
sure. Yeah. I'm gonna go 95.
What'd you have?
90.
It was you. It's 82%.
What?
Yeah.
I thought for sure it'd be in the
Oh,
90s.
yeah. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
96.
Critics. What?
Just
I'm-
do the
I'm
critics'
skipping.
consensus.
Damn it.
God, slow down, Karen.
Fuck.
I forgot
I know
about
you.
that.
I know you got tired of waiting for the movie. Just slow down.
It might be more impressive to a technical level than as a piece of storytelling, but Avatar reaffirms James Cameron's singular gift for imaginative, absorbing filmmaking.
That's not a bad
Alright.
assessment. 96.
96.
For audience, I'm going to go a little bit lower. I'm going to say 86 on this one.
Alright.
You said 96. You said 86. I'm gonna go 91.
Eric's gonna take it again. It is 82. Again.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Wow.
They're both.
I said, oh, wow.
Around?
Wow.
Scooby Doo over
Oh,
there.
wow.
Oh,
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
Ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh.
Said,
That's crazy.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know they were. Oh, wow, they're both 82%. Okay.
Yeah. Alright. Ratings. Give me a sec.
2 for 2.
It'll be one of those good luck finding
Got
bad
a
ones.
1.5. Generic sci-fi premise slapped onto a cliche about cultural understanding. Avatar is pretentious, messy, ugly, and stupid all at once. This is a concept, not a movie. Okay, Sebastian.
Good Lord, man.
Ugly?
Tell us how you really feel.
I don't get the ugly part.
I don't get the ugly part at all.
I don't get the
Messy either. I don't understand the
Right.
messy part either.
No, this movie was not ugly, nor was
Oh
it messy.
god. Joe W. Absolute poo-poo garbage in my standard.
Use poo poo.
Poo poo garbage in my standard.
Looks like trash, the characters.
Like a pretentious baby.
Looks like trash, the characters. Was insanely boring, and yeah. Don't watch this movie unless you looking at CGI. Unless you looking.
Like looking at CGI, I guess.
I guess so.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that was probably written in a basement. Without going any further with my assessment.
I'm good with that assessment. It's funny.
Man, you are one pathetic loser.
Rookie W.
Fits.
It was the grossest movie to watch. My nephew is 5. An ES2 kid. What's that?
I have no idea.
Oh. He's scarred for life. He's terrified. He thinks it's the stupidest movie to exist and thinks the movie shouldn't.
Why are you
even
writing a
exist.
review for a child?
So
5 stars.
is he writing
are
on the
bombs.
wrong?
he said his kid was it's like terrified and scared about. This is what I thought
Are
the kid
you
would.
the kid?
This is what I think the kid sounded like when he was watching the movie.
Oh my god.
Oh, 1.5 stars. Before you say Pocahontas in space, please remember that Pocahontas is a classic and that this is a cliche knockoff with a human who bangs a CGI blue alien.
I mean,
Groovy.
I mean, Eric, would you?
I mean, fuck it.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, that's what they did in Star Trek
Try it
all the
once.
time. He,
Right.
Fuck
Like
blue aliens
yeah,
every
you're right.
week.
Yeah. If they can do it in Star Trek, I mean,
Try it once.
of course, I'm pretty sure their medical technology was like really far ahead of ours. So
right. I don't know, man. Like
If you caught space AIDS, I'm pretty sure they could cure it.
I would.
Rant
There he
bar.
goes. Homeboy fucked an alien.
Oh, damn it.
R gave it half a star. He said it sucked so much. Two-dimensional villains and heroes. The whole movie, it was practically beating you over the head with its message, and I just see no point ever watching this again. You can and should miss it.
It was.
Cameron is not what he
Of
once
course it was beating you over the head with its fucking message. The message was the movie. The movie was... That was the whole plot of the movie. That's like saying, I don't know, you watched a fucking... Did you watch The Black Phone? That's beating you over the head with the message, don't capture and murder children. It's the same... It's just a story plot. That's all it is. It's a plot device.
Well, Lottie frickin' God!
Stupid.
Who is M? Half a star again. Most overrated movie of all time. Visuals were good. There was no story. Proper characters. Nothing. Just made for money bash. Yeah.
All right, well, I think that's plenty.
He's over it.
I'm over it. People are dumb. Some people, anyway.
Beat you over the head with its message.
I mean, the same could be said for a lot of other movies, like about transgenders and gays, or
23.5 million for the box.
you don't hear people saying, "Oh, well, they're trying to beat you over the head with your fucking message." Like, well, that's exactly what they're trying to do. I mean, in this movie, there was no message. They were literally blue fucking aliens. It was just a plot device to drive the movie. It was essentially a plot device for James Cameron to build a story on, so he could have blue people and humans in a fucking CG meshed up movie for 3 hours or whatever. Like, it was just, that's all it is. Plot. Everything is a plot. Everything has a plot device. The plot device in this was obviously Pocahontas in space. I mean, it is at the end of the day. So I wouldn't even call it that, because Pocahontas in space, Pocahontas ends up going back with John Smith to England.
In the second one.
Yeah, in the second one, I guess. Did you know that's actually true? She did go back to England, but she fucking hated it, and I believe she died there.
I don't know that.
Yeah. She hated it, and
It was not the romance that everybody...
no, he was abusive and mean to her and everything else. There was no romance.
I knew that.
So, and I don't even know if his name was even John Smith.
Sounds like a fake name.
Sounds
to
like a
me.
fake name to me.
John Smith,
John
my ass.
Smith.
First guy to use
So
that.
you're
fake
telling me
name.
her name was Pocahontas
Why?
Smith? I say nay.
I don't believe it for a
That's
second.
Billy
It was
Winkus.
John Jacob.
Billywhinkus? What the fuck is
What
that
the
word?
fuck?
What the fuck is Billywhinkus?
Are you making up words now?
I think she
I
is.
thought that's what British people did.
No. I think they're just running around. Oh, Billywhinkus.
Tilly Twat Diddle.
I thought...
Yeah, twiddly top diddle. Billywhinkus.
I'm just saying, a lot of their words sound made up.
I don't disagree. They do, but that's only because they have a different sort of lingo over there. You know, it's just,
So do Spanish people, and those words don't sound made up.
I guess. Billywhinkus. I'm gonna start using that shit. Billywhinkus.
Every time you hurt yourself, like, oh,
Oh, Billywhinkus. Oh, he hit me right in the Billywhinkus.
So versatile.
It is a very versatile word.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, use
It's
it,
the new
people.
fuck.
It's yours. It's the new fuck. Oh, Billywhinkus.
You fucking Billy Winkus.
I'm tired of these Billy Winkuses.
You Billy winkled your way out of that one, didn't you?
Yeah, Billy winked your way out of that one, didn't you? What? What? You sound like you just fucked a pig. Like, that's what that sounds like. I Billy winked the pig.
Everybody should come up with their own definition. Come up with your own definition.
Yeah, what does Billy wink mean? Billy winkus.
Oh shit, that's funny.
I'm gonna run around saying that shit from now. I'm gonna get a shirt that says Billy winkus. That's what our first Bonsai movie crew
man.
t-shirts are gonna have on the back. Billy winkus.
Y'all are never gonna let that go.
Fuck no.
Well, that's gonna
No,
be a
that's a good
TikTok
one.
at some point.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I'm carrying it with me.
Huh?
Carrying it with me like a badge on my shoulder, man.
I'm bringing it back.
Back from 5 minutes ago.
Oh shit.
Y'all made it worse.
All right. Anyway, let's move on. Let's get into some trivia here.
Oh.
Give us that Billy Winkus.
Yeah.
That just sounds bad.
Sweet ass trivia with Karen.
Give me your
Wow.
Billy winkus.
The Navi language was created entirely from scratch by linguist Dr. Paul R. Frommer. James Cameron hired him to construct a language that would be easily enunciable for actors to pronounce, but would not resemble any human language. Frommer created about 1,000 words. Cameron requested Dr. Frommer that the Navi language must be entirely new, as it's supposed to be from another planet, and that it should sound nice to the audience.
Don't let it fool you. That's his way of coming up with a new kind of Klingon. You know, some people actually know Klingon.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what
What's
James Cameron
that?
decided to do. Klingon is a
Star
a
Trek.
race of aliens in Star Trek, but they've got a language in Star Trek called Klingon,
And
and
it sounds like a bunch of people
it's
just coughing.
actual Star Trek nerds, real Star Trek nerds, know how to speak Klingon. It's their own language. They have their own symbols, everything that means.
It literally sounds like you're trying to hawk a loogie out of your throat.
It's a lot of like it's very in the throat. Yeah. So
Oh.
yeah, it's very weird, but it's a language that people have actually come to learn,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
all from a TV show.
And they'll sit there and talk to each other that way.
I think there's other stuff too that like have
Yeah.
there's other
That's too much.
languages that have come from things like that. I believe
Oh, yeah.
Klingon's the most well known that I know of.
Yeah.
So
There's people that talk like they say they know Elvish and
yeah, but
Shit like
that's a load of Billy Winkle. So
yeah.
Wink S.
Billy Winkus, sorry, that's a load of Billy Winkus.
God, get it right.
That's what we're going to do on this podcast. We're all going to stop cussing and start replacing those words with other weird words like Billy Winkus.
At the time of auditioning, Sam Worthington was living in his car. Matt Damon and Jake Gyllenhaal were the studio's first choices to play Jake Sully, but James Cameron decided to cast then relatively unknown Sam Worthington in the lead role. Being an Australian, Worthington said in an interview that it was easier for him to master the Navi language than the American accent.
Who said that?
Sam Worthington.
Dude, become a better actor. I love you to death, man, but come on. Get your shit together.
James Cameron disclosed on The Tonight Show with Conan O'Brien that he began working on preliminary drafts of this movie as early as the mid-90s because his visual concepts were so avant-garde. The technology required to consummate his vision was not then available. Not until 2005 was he able to proceed with viable script scenarios, with some CGI scenes taking an average of 47 hours to render. James Cameron conceptualized Avatar after watching Disney's animated film Pocahontas in 1995.
You don't say. I didn't see it at all.
So is that the difference between like him and us? Is that he can say he conceptualized it, and then if we did that, it would be just plagiarism and we get sued?
The problem is we're not James Cameron.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. That's
Yeah.
the difference.
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, James Cameron do whatever the fuck he want. He's like, if Hollywood was the Illuminati, he'd be the head of that bitch.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
president of Hollywood.
You're probably right.
Yeah, he's one of those guys, or at least I don't know.
He's on the council.
He's definitely in there. He's
Yeah,
definitely
you're
like
right,
on
the
the
council.
board
Yeah.
of like main guys.
Yeah.
Like if there was like, you ever seen like, you know how like in the Illuminati, like in Marvel,
Mm-hmm.
he's like, I don't know, one of those guys, one of those 4 or 5 guys on the Illuminati.
Yeah, you're probably
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
He initially wanted whatever her name was that played Pocahontas. After seeing her play Pocahontas in the New World, but obviously that didn't happen. So Jake Sully's initials JS are the same as John Smith, a central figure in the historical and often romanticized story of Pocahontas. This film shares many similarities with the Pocahontas story and plot and theme. Like John Smith, Sully is a member of an invading force who falls in love with a tribal princess after learning her customs. Grace's avatar was the most difficult to realize. Sigourney Weaver's face wasn't a natural mesh with the features of the Na'vi.
No shit.
Her narrow patrician nose did not translate well to the distinctive leonine Na'vi nose. Moreover, Grace's avatar was to have been created 18 years in the past, so her avatar had to appear as an 18 years younger version of Grace. So artists at Stan Winston's studio brought the pictures of Sigourney Weaver from Alien in 1979 into ZBrush and used them to sculpt her avatar.
So you're saying that what her mom said about her was true? That she just wasn't a very pretty person?
Oh.
Well, her mom said it, not me.
Well, no, I think what they're more saying is the nose specifically.
I know, I'm just saying, like, it was call back to
I know.
her creator profile.
Because specifically, like, their noses are like this.
Yeah, they're very wide. Like, well, their whole, like, even the...
Well, I think they're supposed to be, like, cat-like features,
yeah,
right?
they're
So,
very
like,
animalistic features,
Yeah.
yeah, but, like, their whole nose comes down, and, yeah, it's very
And her-
cat-like, I suppose.
Yeah, and her nose is very thin.
Yeah,
So
right.
That was what they were saying, was that hers was the most difficult because specifically her nose has almost no...
Yeah, she does have
width.
a very thin nose.
And,
yeah.
you know, the Avatar the Na'vi have very wide noses. That was what
Right.
they were specifically talking about.
They don't have to make them look exactly like the actor. Just give them some of those features.
Well, that's
like
what they
with
were
Sigourney
saying.
Weaver,
They
you could definitely see it
mesh-
in her eyes and her mouth.
Right, they meshed them, but hers was proving to be the trickiest because of that feature.
Right.
Yeah. This was the first completely digitally shot movie to win an Academy Award for Best Cinematography. I feel like that's sort of like cheating, though.
It is kind of cheating. I agree. That's kind of a cop-out, I
Okay.
guess.
I'm glad I
Like,
don't
it
feel
looks great and everything, but, like, where's the cinematographer supposed to be, like, pointing his camera to, like, get a great shot?
Yeah, because you know
Because
where the
everything
shot
is
is.
CG. Yeah.
Mhm.
You know where the shot is.
Yeah,
You're
you know
making
you're
the shot.
making it. And also, everything else is done in front of a green screen with mocap.
Mm-hmm.
So the only kind of cinematography the guy's really doing is, like, to capture the image of the people in the mocap suits.
Mhm.
Aside from that, I mean, yeah, that's a cop-out. I agree.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that at all. Like, that's dumb.
Sigourney Weaver plays a James Cameron persona for her character in this film. Sigourney stated in an interview, "I teased him because, to me, I'm playing Jim Cameron in the movie as this kind of brilliant, approach-driven, idealistic perfectionist.
Okay, why don't you just suck his dick? Jeez.
but that same somebody has a great heart underneath, so I have to say I was always kind of channeling him." The Na'vi were partially inspired by a dream James Cameron's mother had about a tall blue woman. The idea of humans landing on an alien planet with a toxic atmosphere which necessitates breathing masks was an unused element from an original story Cameron had once written called Mother. The rest of the story had been used as a basis for the screenplay for Alien. Following the idea of the derivative plot from other similar movies, 2 mock trailers were released on the internet, one with lines from the movie over images from Pocahontas in 1995, and the other built the other way around. Both trailers did fit quite nicely.
It's pretty funny.
I know. James Cameron shared with Variety a memorable moment when he took the cast and crew to Hawaii, involving actor Sam Worthington during his audition.
I was making sure it wasn't actually a thing.
What?
Billywhinkus?
Sam was literally running around
Is
No.
in a kind
You
of
trademark it.
like a jockstrap like loincloth. And he hasn't been in the sun in 2 years, so he's just pure white. He's got a bow and arrow, and he comes around a bend in the path, and there's a guy walking his poodle. And Sam just instinctively draws his bow and almost shoots the poodle. He was so in character. While Worthington truly embodied the fighting spirit of his character, it would understandably freak out any dog owner, as it did in this instance. Cameron continued, and the guy said, "What are you doing?" And Sam says, "We're making a movie, mate."
What the fuck? Could you imagine a dude coming around the corner in a fucking loincloth and a spear? Like, what are you doing, man? Making a movie, mate. Like, what the fuck? Where are you from? I want to see that on video. I saw this billywhinkus.
It'd be a, oh god.
Okay.
It'd be an amazing Vine.
This is crazy to me. So James Cameron explained how the Thanator is the most fearsome creature on Pandora. The Thanator could eat a T-Rex and have an alien for dessert. I don't believe that.
What is it?
That black thing that she rides on the back of.
The Thanatos or
Like
whatever. it is?
Thanator.
Yeah, the big black cat thing.
Yeah.
I don't believe that at all.
That's
I mean, it's
what
big, but
James
it's not.
Cameron says it's they named it after the Greek word Thanatos, which means death.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. Just for the simple fact that, for one, Tyrannosaurus is much larger than that thing, and how could it eat an alien when they have acid blood?
That's what he said.
Well, I mean, well, a xenomorph anyway.
Yeah.
If that's what he's referring
Maybe
to as a
they're
xenomorph.
immune.
That's what he's talking about.
Okay.
Maybe they're immune to
I
acid.
don't think so, but
He's a
know.
level 1 or level 300 wizard. He's immune.
he's
Yeah.
immune.
James
Just cast a
Cameron
spell.
James Cameron showed the actors' audition tapes to his children, and Joel David Moore was cast because Cameron's son recognized him from Grandma's Boy.
Ooh.
It's a good reason. It's a very good reason.
And the last one, the film's original title was Project 880, and the original script, Earth and its environmental problems are explored. Josh Sully, instead of Jake, has never even seen a forest, so Grace has to practically hold his hand when they go into the woods. We witness Josh Sully's avatar being born. He actually births himself.
What?
I'm just telling you what. I'm just reading it. And his reaction to walking again is quite different, as it takes him a while to gain any sort of strength, and then he cries. It is revealed the Avatar program originally existed to train Na'vi to be an indigenous workforce for the corporation, since it is so expensive to send human workers. Obviously, they did not like that. There is an Avatar controller who is burnt out because his Avatar died with him in it. He committed Avatar suicide because he had fallen in love with a Na'vi girl who had been killed by the military. The Avatars have a Na'vi guide named Nadi who is sleeping with Grace. Grace survives the soul transfer.
I'm still stuck on the whole he births himself.
I just read it.
So I'm pretty. It's called to Winham. That's
Alec.
That's Alec. Yeah. So Alex said on our Discord. So it's been confirmed that apparently Nev Campbell will be returning to Scream 7.
They're making it up.
Yeah, they have
They
to bring
have to
somebody
at this
back.
point because their two main leads from the last two
Dipped.
quit. Well, the first one got fired, and what's her face,
Jenna?
Jenna Ortega quit because the first one got fired. So they had to they probably took those ones
What'd
like
she
shit.
get fired for
The
again?
only way to make this movie
Speaking
work
out.
is for speaking out. The only way to make this movie work is to bring in Nev Campbell because that's the only way people are going to return to it.
Which one's that?
Fucking smart move, man. Smart move. Touche.
Who's Nev
They,
Campbell?
I'm still not
they
gonna
threw
watch
the
it.
money at it, and they're like, "Yeah, we'll do it."
Who's Nev
Dude,
Campbell?
she's Sidney Prescott.
Oh, okay.
So if they're smart, man, and she's smart to play the fucking game, like you're gonna pay me that money now. That's the only way I'm coming back. So kill her off because
They won't.
no, they won't because she's a cash grab. I
She's
will.
known for living.
I'm still not watching it.
No. I was done after 3.
I watched 4.
I'm gonna tell them
fucked
what
up.
I
Well, I only watched 4 because it was still Wes Craven and he was still making a mockery of.
I told.
You
It's
still
it's
fucked
like
up.
I just said to
You
him.
fucked
I
up.
will because I'm a sucker. I will watch it because one of us has to. Oh, Madison will too. Yeah. Anyway, so there you go. That's Avatar.
What's in the box?
What is it? in the
Lots
box?
of paper.
Lots of paper.
Into the thick of it.
That should be the next bump.
What's in the box?
Terminator 2.
Are you serious?
Ooh, see, we were just talking about it. Terminator 2.
Another James Cameron flick.
There's another James
See?
Cameron flick. Fuck, who are we covering this one, man? Linda Hamilton? Edward Furlong?
Choices.
Choices. See, I should have saved James Cameron, and I could have done like Michelle Rodriguez for this one, but I didn't know that we were going to draw Terminator.
That's okay.
That's all right, though. Yeah,
It is streaming on Paramount.
I own that shit on Blu-ray, dog.
Okay. Isn't that it right there?
Huh?
Is that the first one?
It's kind of crazy. We were all like,
It's
"Yeah,
the
that's
second
our
one.
favorite, Terminator 2," and then
Bang.
Yeah.
I swear I pulled it out.
Yeah, that's no.
Hey, but I don't care if you didn't. I'm all for it.
He's like, "You did, even if you didn't."
Yeah, yeah. This one's
I
already going to
haven't
get
seen
high
it
scores.
in a long time, so
Yeah, this movie's
I'm all
awesome.
about it.
10 across the board.
I don't know about that, but it's
Kidding.
up there. It's
Calm
definitely
down.
up there. I love this movie. So next week, people, we're gonna do some Terminator 2, Judgment Day from 1995. No, 3.
92.
92?
I thought it was 92.
91.
It is okay. 91.
I was closer.
Why did I say 95? That was like
I was
Way
right.
off the mark.
I called it.
what? Terminator 2?
Yeah, I said 91
No.
because I read it.
I was gonna say you
'Cause I read
had it.
All right. Anyway, next week we're gonna do Terminator 2, Judgment Day, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and all that good stuff. Don't forget to check out our. I'm doing the outro. You just
Why?
because you're sick. It's okay. I'm giving you the time off. Take some PTO.
I'm still here.
Don't forget to check out our
I'll get paid.
Instagram, our
Neither would we.
TikTok, Facebook. What's the other one we have? X, and then don't forget to get on
Instagram.
Discord and find us there and talk to us. I feel like I'm talking to myself in there, so because I'm always posting.
Sorry,
shit.
I wasn't in there today.
You weren't in there like all week, dog.
I posted that thing about I'm the dude playing a dude. It was a TikTok thing because that was related to you.
Yeah,
you
no,
were
I
talking
need to
about
be in
the
it a
other
little
day.
bit more.
You guys get
I
notifications on your
participate.
phones? You
No.
get it. Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
know,
but
you just let it
I
vibrate.
read it, but then like somebody already answers it, so I'm
I
like,
Well,
okay.
just get on there and participate in the conversation.
I participate.
I want you guys to participate more.
I
Okay,
don't
Listen.
know what you guys are talking about.
you guys make me feel
Linda,
lonely. in
Linda,
there.
listen.
Yeah, I got shit to do.
It takes like
I
responding.
get in there every day, just not today. Yeah, yesterday.
That's some billywhinkus. I don't want to hear it.
Can't get in there today. I'm with you today. With you. Fuck.
Anyway, don't forget the Discord.
I'm just gonna start saying
join.
hi.
At least
in the
you
middle of
guys come in there and
conversation.
make me feel less lonely.
He's a lonely boy. He doesn't have any friends.
And don't forget to check us out on YouTube, to go rate us on Spotify, all that good stuff. And don't forget our podcast is now also on YouTube to listen to instead of just watching the video. If you don't want to watch us, you don't have to look at our faces. You can just hear our beautiful voices. Anyway,
Billywhinkus.
till next week, whenever we do Terminator 2. Bye.
Finally.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.